What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Heat Ray Vision podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, Hav, and with me I got Scene 6, also known as Hector.
Yo.
And I got Mario, also known as Jazzy.
And
What's
also
up?
known as.
Yeah, and also known
AKA
as,
and also known as.
AKA also known as alter ego alias
Wario.
Hell no.
Wario.
Oh my
W.
God.
I'm Vector. Wario. And then you're Jav.
Yeah, there you
Remember
go.
that,
Jav.
Jav? That's old. That's deep, bro. That's from Moon Knight.
That's some deep lore shit.
That is some deep lore shit. But yeah, guys, welcome to another episode of the Heat Ray Vision podcast. And tonight we're going to be reviewing Matthew Vaughn's next spy thriller action comedy, Argylle.
Argylle.
Yeah, man. I've been looking forward to this movie, man. I'm not going to lie. And I'm not going to lie, man. I have some thoughts, man.
I'm actually curious, man.
I mean, I'm curious to see what you guys think, just because I know you guys aren't really familiar with his past movies. Mm-hmm. Not all of them, at least not also of the spy variety and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely get into that. But before we get started, we want to remind you guys that you guys can listen to us on all platforms. We got YouTube, we have Spotify, we have Apple Podcasts, we have no longer Google Podcasts, right?
No longer, yeah.
We have SoundCloud, but we do have SoundCloud though, so we're on there. And make sure to follow us at our socials at Heat Ray Vision Podcast. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. But in the off chance that you want to just find all our links in one place, if you go to the Heat Ray Vision, is it Heat Ray Vision Podcast or HeatRayVision.com?
Both, man.
Either or?
Either or.
All right, well, if you can put Heat Ray Vision or HeatRayVisionPodcast.com, you'll be directed to our link tree where you can see our links to each our individual socials, all of our platforms, the socials for the podcast, for the official page, and everything. So if you guys just want to look at all that
make
shit.
sure you follow not Hav, Mario. Well, no, him too. Hold on. I was gonna get to him. I meant to say that because I was looking at you. I was looking at Mario and I called him Hav. I was shit, no. Fucking Mario, because he's streaming right now. He's streaming like a bunch of things. Go ahead, tell the people, Mario.
Oh, well, right now I'm just streaming 2 games. One I'm playing with you guys called Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which we did our second session today. This first one with Hav.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun. And the other game I'm playing is Persona 3 Reload.
Yeah. And then follow Hav because he's finally, he's doing some content over there, doing his
on my Instagram.
Doing his little Hav, you know what, Hav, go ahead.
No, I mean, usually on my Instagram, I'm not really, I haven't really been active since we've started the whole podcast, but up until this year, I just, not really New Year resolution, I just wanted to try to get it off the ground and try to keep it going. So mostly, I don't really post a lot. I mean, I probably should post more, just in general posts, but I mostly post on my story. Usually I'll just share movie news that I see and stuff like that, or one thing that I've been doing is that I've been going back and reviewing movies, and I've been putting them on my story, and I put them on my highlights, each one correlating to a different year.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to put every single review for every movie I watch. Mm-hmm. What I'm doing is that posting on my Instagram story, I'm putting little quick thoughts, mini reviews on movies that I've watched that we're not going to be able to review on the pod.
Yeah.
That's how I have it intended. Because if you guys want to know what I think about Argylle, I'm not going to post that on my Instagram.
Oh, no.
You might as well listen to the pod.
Yeah, it'll be a movie.
But if there are because given that we're going to be a lot more selective this year, and there were quite a few movies that I couldn't participate in podcasts that you guys did, I want to give my thoughts at least on movies that I also watched, but I wasn't in the pod to record with you guys. So Hav is flying right now. That's my @ on Instagram. I've been mostly just posting on my story, giving many quick reviews on movies that I've seen in the last couple of years that I didn't get a chance to review on the pod. Yeah. But I want to try to put more posts, maybe some reels or something. I just got to think of something, bro.
Yeah, it'll be in the link tree, guys. If you just go to HeatRayVisionPodcast.com, you'll find it. And then Mario's Instagram is at Just Jazzy, JUST, and then GAWZIE. And then you'll find him. Not only does he stream, he also makes you make real content, short form content.
OnlyFans.
So check that out. And then
This motherfucker.
And then mine is just, what do you say?
He said OnlyFans.
Oh,
Hell no.
Hey man, that's some next level shit, man. But yeah, and then mine is just at Scene 6. Just if you just want to chat, I'm not really making content yet like these guys. What'd you say?
I
didn't hear
friends,
that.
guys.
Yeah, man, I got nobody to talk to, man. I only talk to these guys when every weekend. Man.
Every weekend, man.
I don't even talk to him at all.
Just crawls back into his hole, bro. Once we leave.
Yeah. I don't even.
This motherfucker.
I don't even we don't even text at all. Like, nothing, man.
We just like it's just me and Mario. Like we just hope he's.
We're not
alive
really
for 8
friends,
days.
honestly. We're not really. We don't really like each other. This is just a business move.
This is
guys.
We just put up with each other, honestly.
This is right. We don't really fuck with each other. Javi's not really my cousin.
Yeah, we lied, guys. Jav's not really his name. Or his real name, I mean. It's Albert.
I mean, I was gonna say technically Javi is not actually his real name. It's just like a nickname, but Albert, hey, Albert, I like that name. Albert. But yeah, guys. Also, make sure you follow our Discord. It's gonna be in the link. It's gonna be a link in the description. Make sure you follow that. I spent a lot of time working on it. We finally announced it a couple weeks ago, and I want to start announcing it like every single pod that we do because I want to get some people in there. I know. Shout out to I believe Ramis is in there. Shout out to you, Ramis. I know Francis is in there.
Shout out.
I know who else is in there. Fuck, I don't know, but we have a few people in there, and I know it's pretty dead. That's why I'm just trying to get people in there and chat it up and shit, man. Catch us. You catch us in there. Sometimes we're chatting it up with you guys. But yeah, with that being said, let's get into Argylle, man.
Argylle, man. So like I said, Argylle. It's a news movie that just came out. We just came back from watching it like an hour ago. This is Matthew Vaughn's next movie that he has put out. Yep. Matthew Vaughn. Actually, fuck, I forgot to do this. My bad.
No, you're good.
I was supposed to pull up his filmography. I wanted to pull up other movies that he's done in the past. Because I know that there are some movies that he's done that you guys have seen, and there's some that you haven't seen.
Yeah.
But, okay, here. So, Matthew Vaughn has created a variety of movies. His movies tend to be kind of hit or miss, though. That's kind of like the fucked up part. But, the movies that do hit are fire. I don't know what it is. Either he hits really hard or it's mid. And it's like, I don't know. That's a fucking special talent. But the first two movies he's made in his filmography is one movie called Layer Cake, and the next movie was Stardust, which are movies that I've never heard of. But he really got his name out there. He got a lot of recognition in 2010 when he put out the first Kick-Ass movie.
Oh, he made that movie?
He made the first one, not the second one. Not
First
Kick-Ass 2, but he made the first Kick-Ass movie. He also was the director of X-Men First Class.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So in the 20th Century Fox X-Men movies, First Class was a prequel X-Men movie that took place in the 1960s.
Oh,
and we see a young Charles Xavier and a young Magneto.
Yeah.
When Charles was walking, he wasn't in the wheelchair yet, and they were friends at first, turned enemies, right? He made that movie. That movie's fire. That movie gets slept on a lot, in my opinion, just because it doesn't have Wolverine or the typical X-Men that you recognize. Yeah. But that movie still goes hard, bro. Even with like not that many recognizable X-Men characters.
Yeah.
That's a fire ass movie. And then he also directed a movie called Kingsman. Kingsman: The Secret Service. That movie was fantastic. I love Kingsman. I would probably go as far as to say that Kingsman: The Secret Service is probably up there as my favorite movie from him, and it's probably up there with First Class. Like, they're tied for me. Those are his like really good movies. He also made the other two Kingsman sequels. So he put out Kingsman: The Golden Circle, and the third movie is The King's Man. That's what the third movie is called.
Oh, okay.
And as far as Kick-Ass, First Class, and Kingsman: The Secret Service, and I'll even throw it. Well, no, just for those three. Those movies are fire. Those are fun. Those movies are bangers in my opinion. Kingsman: This Golden Circle, the second movie, is not as good as the first one, but it is good. I still have fun with it. I do fuck with it. But The King's Man, which is the third Kingsman movie, that one was a prequel movie that kind of shows what the Kingsman Agency, how they first got together, like how they first got created back in World War II time. And I don't know, man, this movie I couldn't really connect. It was a different set of characters. It was set at a different time. They weren't really Kingsmen yet. Like, you kind of see them, they don't really form the Kingsmen people, like the agency, until the very end of the movie. You just kind of see how the people meet each other. So I didn't really connect it with that much. It also didn't have the Matthew Vaughn flair that he puts in all his movies, which is a lot of what we saw today with Argylle. Like, during the fight scenes, like how the camera follows the punches and like the music that plays in the background, it's not like typical score music. It's songs that like it's either the Beatles or like there's like a song that you listen to on the radio. That's very much a style that he has even in the Kingsman movies. So he kind of borrows some traits from those movies into this movie. Yeah. And I felt like the prequel one, right, King's Man, that one kind of lacked that, so I don't really fuck with that. So that movie I'll consider kind of like a mid movie. Okay. And then as far as his filmography, that's the only mid movie that I have on here.
Okay, sweet.
But all the other movies I think he's done good at.
Yeah.
But now we've reached to Argylle, and it says here that he's making another movie.
When was his last movie?
His last movie was The King's Man. which was in 2021.
Oh, so it's been a minute. Okay.
Yeah, bro. And I saw that one in theaters, bro. I think I was like bored one night, and I was like, "Fuck it, let me go watch a 9:30 p.m. showing of Kingsman because I'm bored as hell." And I didn't get out the movie theater till like almost 1 a.m.
Damn, how long is that movie?
It's like 2 hours something.
God damn.
It is
I'm
131.
bored. Let me.
It's 130. So it's like 2 hours 10.
I'm bored, bro. Let me just watch this 2-hour movie.
Yeah, dude, for real. No, I'm
Longer than
serious.
Church.
Yeah, it's true, bro.
That's crazy.
But yeah, man. So Argylle is his newest thriller, and obviously based on the trailers, we know that it's kind of like a spy espionage movie. And immediately when I saw that, I was like, okay, so this is just my biggest concern was that Argylle was gonna feel too much like Kingsman, because like, oh, a Matthew Vaughn style spy espionage movie. He already did that 3 times with the Kingsman trilogy movies, right?
Yeah.
So my biggest concern was like, well, is he gonna make Argylle feel different enough that it's not gonna feel like Kingsman? So that's only something that I can really compare because I know you guys haven't seen Kingsman, or if you
Right,
have, you
yeah.
don't remember it.
That's facts.
But honestly, in my opinion, before we get into the heavy details, I guess I want to ask you guys, as far as Matthew Vaughn as a filmmaker, right? So, Kick-Ass, X-Men First Class are movies that I'm assuming you guys have watched. What do you guys think of those movies? His past work?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really remember them as much.
Damn.
As you've like, I mean, I haven't like the X-Men movie. Man, dude, fuck, I don't remember.
That
Same
movie-
with Kick-Ass. I remember
Fun
watching
fact.
Kick-Ass.
Fun
but
fact.
I just, yeah.
X-Men First Class, 2011.
Jeez, yeah, come on, bro.
Yeah, that movie came out a minute ago.
That's
I
crazy.
was like 11, bro. I was 11 years old, man. Just like walking around, just I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I actually don't even know. 11? What the fuck?
11 years old. You're probably walking around with some broken monos.
That's facts.
Hey man, fucking Javi, man.
He ain't wrong.
But yeah, I don't remember him. I remember liking like Kick-Ass though when I saw it like shit years ago, man.
Hella years ago.
Yeah, dude. And then the Kingsman, I haven't seen any of them. So
Those you'd really like,
yeah,
bro.
so I
You'd love
can't really
Kingsman. The first two
say
at
much.
least.
And then what about you, Mario? Have you seen any of those movies?
I seen Kick-Ass once when it like first came out. Don't remember it.
Jesus.
I saw the first 2 Kingsman movies, and I do remember how it was shot. And I think he did. From what I remember, I feel like he did it better in the Kingsman movies, like that type of shooting compared to Argylle. Even though it's still the same type of like film, if that makes sense.
Right.
But I think in this movie it's still enjoyable. But like though, especially the end of the first Kingsman movie when you're in that church, to me that's like iconic in my mind because I
Oh, it
still
is.
remember that
It
years
is.
later.
Dude, that's like the best scene of the whole movie. That church shootout scene. Okay, so let's get into the trailer. When we saw the trailer for Argylle, we've seen it quite a few times because it comes up as a preview for a bunch of movies that we went to go see. What do you guys think of the trailer? Like, sort of the vibe that it was going, and like when you saw the different colored smokes and like the camera work. Like, be honest, what were your guys' like thoughts when you saw the trailers to Argylle?
When I saw the trailer, I knew I'm like, okay, if we are gonna watch it, this is gonna be a movie that I can't take seriously. I can't take just like even like for a John Wick. Like John Wick, I take seriously, even though it's a little bit
Sure.
like silly, right?
Sure.
But I knew like heading out, I'm like, I gotta have the mindset as if I'm watching like Fast and Furious type shit, because I know some tomfoolery is about to happen in this bitch, right? But going in like that, it made it a lot more enjoyable. That's for sure. I don't know about you. What do you think?
What did you think?
Yeah, I mean, same thing. I mean, I think what hooked me was the part when we get the synopsis, right? Is that we find out that I'm trying to remember how they said in the trailer, man, how this author, she writes these books, and then someone says, well, hey, the things that you're writing is coming true.
Yes.
I think that's what hooked me. It's like, oh shit, that's pretty interesting. I actually
And
want to
fun
know.
fact, Argylle, this movie is
Yeah.
actually based off a real novel.
Oh really?
Yeah, so
Oh,
Argylle
shit,
is
yeah,
based
okay.
off a book. I'm trying to see if
Is it called Argylle? Just Argylle.
Ensemble cast. All right, well, here while I look for it, Hector, you can keep talking.
Oh yeah. So that's just, I think that's what hooked me. And then obviously as the trailer was going, we get that we see in the trailer, we see that whole train fight scene, and that looked cool. I mean, come on, man. When I see fight scenes like that or like action, I'm like, all right, man, I'm interested. You know what I mean? And so I was already pretty much hooked with that scene alone, and same with the whole synopsis. I was like, you know what, this is interesting, because I kind of, man, just with Hollywood, man, we see a lot of prequels, sequels, like, and revivals of franchises. And so I want to go see movies that is kind of like new and interesting, and I thought this movie was definitely going to be one of those based on that. And so yeah, I was like, you know what, this is actually interesting. I want to check it out. And surprisingly, I enjoyed it, man. I mean, the way I expected it, actually, you know what, I would say it met my expectations. You know what I mean? I wasn't expecting it to be some like grand scope type of like awesome movie.
It's funny you say that because I'm trying to think like, did I have any expectations going into this movie? You know what I mean? Like I kind of went this movie like, all right, like I don't know what to expect.
Okay.
I know I left satisfied.
I just like, I guess with me is I knew, same thing with you. Like I kind of knew there was a comedy. It was an action comedy. So I was expecting that, and I was expecting it to be fun, and like I was expecting it to be fun, entertaining, and having cool like action scenes.
Yeah.
And that's what I got.
And okay, now here's my question.
Yeah.
Did you like any of those things in Argylle?
Yeah, I did.
So if you liked it in Argylle, I can tell you right now, bro,
Now I'm
the
gonna like
Kingsman. No, you're gonna love Kingsman.
Oh shit.
I feel like the Kingsman movies do everything that Argylle does better.
Okay.
So in my opinion,
less.
I thought Argylle was.
Is it also a comedy too?
There's comedic moments, but
Yeah.
it's not.
It's not like Argylle?
It's not like Argylle, where like it's taken as a comedy.
Yeah.
There's comedy scenes and there's jokes, but it's not supposed to be like, oh, like I'm not supposed to take this movie serious, as Mario said.
Yeah, because this movie's for sure like a comedy.
Yeah, it's definitely a
Yeah.
comedy, action comedy spy movie, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's gonna be one of those. But Kingsman was more action, more spy espionage with comedic moments.
I got you.
guess I
Yeah,
could
yeah.
say.
Okay, I get you.
But no, you'd love Kingsman. Bro.
get
If
you.
you liked it here, bro, you're gonna love it because I feel like he did all the things that he does in Argylle. He does it in Kingsman, but I feel like he did certain things better in that movie.
Yeah.
And I can get into more details once we get into the actual review
So we're gonna do we'll do a non-spoiler
section,
and then
and we'll go into the spoiler section. where
and
we
in the
can talk
spoiler
about-
section, guys, I just want to like preface that there's a lot of stuff that happens in this movie.
Yeah,
And
this movie's 2 hours 20.
Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, there's a lot of things that happen in this movie, guys. So obviously we won't be able to break it down thoroughly like we usually do. We'll probably just go over probably the bigger things that happens, our favorite parts, things that we didn't like, and so on. So it's just warning you guys. But we will do it like a non-spoiler first, and then the spoiler section, and we'll obviously announce that. So now I said let's get into the non-spoiler review.
Let's see. First things first. Okay, so I guess, like we said, right, one of the things that piqued our interest in the trailer was the action. Right, one of the most notable ones in the trailer is like the train fight scene where you like every time Sam Rockwell's character, I think his name was Aiden in the movie, every time he was punching those motherfuckers, the camera follows his fist going up and down, left and right. Did you guys? Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say this reminds me of like Bullet Train.
Yeah, Bullet Train was very much the same vibe.
You know what I
bro.
mean? It's like that type of vibe.
And it's not directed by the same guy.
Yeah,
it's directed by somebody.
And Bullet
different.
Train was good. Actually, this is back. We didn't even have the pod when we
did.
saw it. Did we?
Yes.
Did really? We did.
Dude, Bullet Train.
When did Bullet Train come out?
2021.
And we started in 2022. When the Batman came out, that was our first pod, bro.
Oh, really? No, then.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, dude.
No, then in that
Our
case,
first ever episode was the Batman.
No, right. No. Sorry, Bullet Train was 2022.
Do you know what month?
August.
August.
Yeah.
So we
started in March.
We started in March.
So
I
we
guess
did have the
didn't-
pod
I'm assuming. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to see why we didn't review that one.
because we went with the cousins.
Oh yes.
we had a
guys.
whole posse. We linked up
Yeah,
with our family.
we linked up with our cousins and we like went out and had a good time, so we couldn't come home and actually review it. Yeah, I remember now. Oh, well, that sucks. I kind of wish that we did review that one, but I like Bullet Train.
Bullet Train's fire.
Yeah, Bullet
I
Train's
loved Bullet
fun,
Train.
dude.
It got like mixed reviews on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, right.
But when I saw it, I was like, "This is fun, man. I don't know what people are talking
No,
about."
hell yeah. It's
I liked
definitely. Yeah, I liked it too, and that's the vibe that I get.
Yeah.
Like with Argylle.
Yeah, and it's I feel like I'm a broken record. It's like that in Kingsman.
Kingsman. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like that. It's like that.
Javi's out here like.
Hey man, I'm advocating Kingsman, bro.
Hell
No,
no.
because here's the thing, right? Because spy espionage movies have been a
Yeah.
thing for decades, right? In
Right.
Hollywood, one of the most notable ones being James Bond.
This is a Kingsman
007.
review, guys.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, right.
Kingsman-
No, like one of the most notable spy movies in Hollywood is obviously James Bond, right? And
Yeah.
James Bond movies have lasted decades. They're all old as fuck, right? The only newer ones that we got are the ones with Daniel Craig. which to my everlasting shame, I've never seen any of the James Bond movies, even the ones with Daniel Craig.
Never yet any of them.
Any of them. Casino Royale.
Oh wow.
Quantum of Solace. Skyfall.
I've seen a few.
I saw the last one.
Which one was
No
the last
Time
one?
to Die.
No Time to Die. On
I heard
my,
that one was
I saw
on,
Skyfall
on my airplane.
I saw that one.
I heard Skyfall is the best one.
It was good. That was back in 2012 or something.
Yeah, dude, it's old.
Dude, yeah, I saw that.
But I've
when
not
it came
seen
out.
any of those, dude.
Wow.
But the thing is that like James Bond is such like a
Iconic character?
It's a staple character because it's been movies that's been made since like the 60s.
That's right.
That's
You know what I mean? So Kingsman was like
there's plenty of games as well.
there's games
yeah.
and there's movies.
I'm
bro.
still
There's a
waiting for
bunch
that
of
new
shit.
one that's supposed to come out, man.
A new game of James Bond?
You know the people that made Hitman?
Oh shit!
way.
That'd be pretty cool.
To,
Sounds
they're
cool.
dude, that's been. I don't. But the thing is, I don't know what's happened to it. That was announced like years ago.
Ah, fuck.
Development hell, man.
But one of the
Development
things
hell.
that I really loved about the first Kingsman movie was that it was a take on those James Bond spy movies, but it kind of gave it like that modern day kind of like CPR to it.
Yeah.
Whereas like this is sort of like what kids or teenagers can grow up on Kingsman would be like the James Bond of their day. Kind of like how old people would be like, "Oh, James Bond" when it was John Connery back in the 70s, right? Well, like Kingsman is like James Bond spy movies for the current generation.
Yeah.
That's how I view it. So it was very much a spy movie like the James Bond movies with a more modern flair, and it had all this style, these one-shot fucking fight scenes and shit, and the camera work is fire, and it has like this sort of John Wick element to it because it feels very comic booky. Feels like it's like its own universe, feels like a comic book. Because as sequels progress, the universe expands and you start to meet new things and blah blah blah. Kind of like how the first John Wick movie was just him killing Russians because he killed his dog.
Yeah.
But then with every sequel, the universe expands and it's like, oh shit, this is an organization. Oh shit, there's a continental in every country.
Yeah.
Oh shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought Kingsman was fire because it was like that CPR of the spy thriller genre that I feel like the current generation needed.
Yep.
So that's why I fucking praise Kingsman for what it is, because it certainly got me into fucking spy movies. I'm like, damn, spy movies are not supposed to be this fire. What the hell?
Hey man, the only spy movies I fuck with was Spy Kids, man.
I know. I saw that
That's
coming. I knew
trash.
that was coming.
Man,
That's trash.
Spy Kids. What was it? The
Game Over.
Game Over. Yeah, that shit was
Trash.
fire.
You know what's always
That shit
freaks
was
me
fire.
out?
I've never seen them.
Bro, when the
Well, okay, obviously we watch them now. They're trash.
yeah.
But like as a kid, like
They
you
were
know, like
fire.
Disney Channel, like every Friday they
Yeah, there was a
they
new
did
movie.
and shit.
Movie,
yeah.
It'd be Spy Kids, and I'll be like hyped as fuck.
Yeah,
like,
Robert
same thing
Rodriguez.
with same thing with Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Mm-hmm.
I
Made
thought
by-
that shit was fire.
Made by the same guy.
But
Oh,
if
wow.
you look back on it, man, that shit
CJ is trash.
trash.
Yeah, bro.
That's fact.
But I was saying, okay, so with Argylle, the action
yeah,
scenes,
yeah.
what did you guys think of the action? The way that it was stylized, the camera work, all that.
It was cool,
and
man.
even
I liked it a lot.
And taking into also to effect like that the fight scenes would go down to actual songs, not score music, not fucking like the
yeah.
score. It would go down to actual like songs.
That part it reminds me of like some Guardians of the Galaxy shit.
Mm.
Because that's the only movies that I can remember that like would do that.
Sure, yeah,
You know
I
what
can see
mean?
that.
That's
Yeah,
what-
yeah, yeah.
So it reminded me of that. I liked it a lot. As for the action sequences, I liked them a lot as well.
Mm-hmm.
A lot more than Silent Night and even Beekeeper.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Why are you laughing?
Oh yeah.
Why are you laughing?
he always has to bring up Silent
Hey,
Night, man.
Silent Night. That's like a new, which is weird because like,
Fuck.
oh, never mind. I was gonna say I think I enjoyed it more than Rebel Moon, but I don't know.
You
man.
enjoy
That shit-
Silent? That's tough.
I no, that's tough for me. I think they're the same for me, man. like I just wouldn't watch either of them again.
No, I'm never. Fuck that.
No, you know what? No, I don't know. That's hard. That's actually hard. So never mind. Fuck that. So, but yeah, obviously better than Beekeeper and stuff. It's really engaging. I think that's the word I'm looking for. And I think it's because how, like what you said, Hav, the music, his type of style of directing with the music and the specific shots of how they follow people and stuff. It's really engaging and it keeps you, it keeps you hooked. And I think that's pretty much it. It just keeps you hooked, man.
And I feel like
fuck
some
with
of the action scenes, like Matthew Vaughn does a really good job of knowing how to properly utilize slow-mo.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Like sometimes
Yeah.
where like things go in slow motion, but it makes sense.
Dude,
Unlike
oh
Rebel
my
Moon, where
God.
like
Dude, I was gonna say that Rebel
Unlike
Moon
Rebel
slow
Moon-
motion is crazy. Like
every
like,
5 minutes something was in slow mo.
if they discovered it for the first time.
yeah,
it's
they're like,
yo,
we got to use this
this
shit
right
as much
now.
as possible.
Like what the fuck?
Y'all
gotta
probably
spam
could have
it.
shaved like 25 minutes
Dude,
of
what
of
the
run
fuck was
time.
that slow mo shit,
I don't
dude?
know, bro. I don't know. I don't know, man.
What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with Snyder, bro?
He's washed up, bro.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Snyder fanboys, man. What's going on, man? Get your mans.
Yeah, for real.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, man. I mean, all that taken.
Wait, but then again, he made the Army of the Dead one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually kind of enjoyed that one though.
Of course you did. It's zombies.
But it was pretty cool. It was fun. It was funny.
It was alright.
It was
Yeah.
fun. I liked it.
It was alright.
Did he also make Army of Thieves? Did he do that one as well?
Yeah, I believe so.
Army of Thieves was. I know you probably didn't. See
I didn't
that
see
one.
that
Army
one.
of Thieves is cool. I like that one as well.
Yeah, he's made good movies, but it's just like nowadays, it's just like, what the fuck have you been putting out recently?
Hey, man, it's tough, man.
Yeah.
What about you, Mario?
What'd you think of the action scenes?
I think I definitely enjoyed them. I think they were all good. I only have one scene. I can't mention it because
One
it's
scene
spoiled. That stood out to me. It's the one at the
As
very,
the best or the worst?
as the best.
Ooh.
I really enjoyed it. Like when I was watching, I was like,
I got
yo,
you.
like the fact that I'm not taking this seriously is like making me enjoy it more.
Low key.
And I was like, this
Low key.
is what Ha feels like when he watches Fast and Furious.
That's facts.
probably
Okay,
a good
that's
example.
facts. That's
probably a
facts.
good example.
That is that's facts too. Like when I watch Fast and Furious, I'm very much the same way.
Okay, but here's the reason.
I know what
here's
you're
the
bringing
reason
up.
why it's we understand that, but it doesn't work. It's
Yeah.
because Fast and Furious wants to be serious. This movie,
Yeah.
it knows what it is.
It knows what it is.
And Fast and Furious is like, nah, like we're fucking serious, bitch.
Yeah,
We're trying to be
I know.
like
and it
Top
makes
Gun.
it worse.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know? Oh shit, my bad.
Very good.
And that's what makes it worse. Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah, low key.
Yeah, like, come on, man.
Yeah, I get you. Now, I will say, like, as well as the Kingsman movies, like the Argylle, like now I'm not saying action scenes, but there are scenes that are just straight up. They look kind of like they're a little goofy. I'm not gonna lie.
In Argylle?
In Argylle.
Okay.
In Argylle, there are some scenes that you're just like, what the hell? But like, do you think that any of those scenes compromise the experience for you, or did you find enjoyment? Like, okay, without going into too much spoilers, obviously we had like a scene that involved skating.
Yeah.
Kind of keep it vague. Like a scene like that, did you guys find it like, what is this bullshit? What am I watching right now? Or did you kind of fall into it and be like, you know what, I can enjoy this and have a good time? What did you guys think of the goofy scenes in
the
this
goofy
movie?
scenes. I think if it was like Silent Night or some shit, I'd have been like, nah, man, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Right, or like Miss Marvel, or not Miss Marvel, the Marvels.
The Marvels.
Remember the whole singing shit, planet shit.
Yeah.
No, but this one, no. I to me at least, I think I was able to enjoy it, and that's because I had that expectation that it was gonna be like a comedy, just a comedy action. You know, and I actually did enjoy those scenes. I thought they were funny. I thought it was fun. We got some cool action sequences with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I personally enjoyed it.
Do you think they're unique? Do you think, or have you?
Oh hell yeah!
I would
To
say
me,
so.
they're
I haven't
definitely
seen
unique.
anything like that,
Bro, Vaughn has a certain flair with his movies where he has shit like that,
Yeah.
bro.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean?
bro.
Remember in Kick-Ass?
Yeah.
Like when you remember in Kick-Ass where Big Daddy was being lit up on fire. Remember he was being lit on fire, so Hit
Big
Girl
Daddy.
comes and saves him, and it's like a first-person POV shit.
Oh yes.
Like,
I
dude,
remember that.
just his
Yeah,
directing
yeah.
style. He's always had that like unique flair that just makes movies interesting. Like, I don't know, man. He carries that over with the X-Men movie. He carries it over with Kingsman. I'll accept that fucking third one. And then he carries it over with Argylle. Like, it's just
Dude.
something the way he directs it, bro. Like, I'm fucking surprised he did not make Bullet Train because it's very much the same vibe, dude.
That's true. I remember watching Bullet Train. I didn't watch it with you guys, but I watched it later.
Dude, it's good, right?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
What did you think of I guess lack for a better word, like those goofy scenes, Mario? Did you did you kind of like, what the fuck am I watching, or did you actually fuck with it?
No, I would say that I fuck with it just because along the same lines as Hector, I knew what I was kind of expecting already. Because with other movies like Silent Night or the Marvels, they have this expectation where like, hey, we're a Marvel movie, guys. You're supposed to take us seriously, but then we get all that dancing shit, the fucking stupid cats.
Yeah.
And then the Silent Night where obviously it was what it was. It left me disappointed. But in this movie, because I saw the trailer, I knew it was going to be goofy. I knew it was something where I couldn't just take it serious. I couldn't critique it like I critique a Oppenheimer or a fucking other serious movie.
Sure,
What about Beekeeper? Because Beekeeper, I would say, had like the hint of comedy with it.
It did, but I think
what I mean?
it was trying to take itself seriously also because it's just hardcore action movie with
That and also the director, David Ayer. It's the guy that made the first Suicide Squad movie. He's also
That makes
made
sense.
Oh,
'Cause
wow.
Don't you remember?
I didn't know that.
With the Beekeeper, he was like, "Dude, what the fuck? That agent." right here in that scene, that skate scene, he would be like, "What the fuck? That's not possible." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
That's true.
yeah.
But no, I would say I enjoyed I enjoyed the silliness. I would say that skate scene though, I was a little bit like, come on, man, just a little bit,
Oh, okay.
a little bit.
Really?
But at the end of the day, I was just like, you know what, I know what this is.
Yeah.
I know what this is. Even though I think I thought like that because it looked kind of weird to me, in terms of how like the visuals,
Sure.
like it looked like too much CGI.
No, I get you.
And that's why I thought that way. I'm like, if you
bro.
nailed it better, I think it would have.
speaking of the
cool.
CGI, man, I noticed it. Like how you felt was too much CGI. It's obviously what we got the whole
In the beginning sequence?
scene with Henry
Yeah,
Cavill.
So that was another thing.
Another one
That's
too.
that's one point I wanted to bring up. Was what were your guys' thoughts on the visual effects? I'm gonna be honest. It's not the strongest in this movie.
No, it's not.
There's a lot of CGI that's very
not.
noticeable. There's a lot of green screen that you could tell is green
Dude, that
screen.
Henry Cavill shit. Remember when he was like him driving? I don't want to say anything else, but
Yeah.
him driving that whole thing, bro. It was bad, man.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It was
very
bad,
noticeable.
bro.
Or like
Yeah.
when people are standing on rooftops.
Yeah.
Or
Or
when they're
that-
supposedly
not to spoil
outside
the
of
fucking
balconies.
Yeah, I know
there's
what you're talking about. I know
There's
what
a
you-
lot of scenes that you could tell is green screen, and it
Yeah.
sucks because it's one of those things where it's like, is it because it's green screen and it's noticeable? Because like you never know, right? Or is it because the budget, or is it
budget,
because more realistically that these visual artists in Hollywood are being overworked and slaved and shit like
That's
that?
true.
That they start pumping out movies with unfinished,
could be a lot of
unpolished
factors,
visual
man.
effects, man. Because like a lot of Marvel movies have been suffering from that. A lot of Hollywood movies have been suffering
Yeah.
from that. Most noticeably, I'd say like the Marvels or the Flash.
Mm-hmm.
So that is one thing I feel like was one big thing that kind of held it back, was that some of the CGI was noticeable. I will say there were probably some scenes of CGI that I probably did not notice. That probably would have fooled me. But what the most noticeable for me every single time I was able to pick up on was the green screen. Every time people were outside or on rooftops or like
That's
they're
facts,
on the
bro.
ocean, like there's a lot of scenes where I noticed like
You know,
that's
and
green
okay,
screen.
now I got a question. Did that like ever ruin the experience and like the enjoyment?
Yes. In a sense, it does kind of break the immersion because you're supposed to believe that they're outside, but when you notice that visible ass outline out of their heads and their bodies in a clear blue sky that's supposed to tell you it's outside, it sort of breaks the immersion because you're watching a movie and you're supposed to be like, oh, they're outside. But when you see that noticeable as green screen, you're like, oh no, it's one of those things where like, you know how like you're watching a movie and you get so invested in it, you're like, oh shit, right, this fucking movie's raw. Oh, the movie, you're just thinking movie. But when you notice the green screen, you're like, oh fuck, that's right, it's a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, rather than being invested in the movie,
it breaks the immersion.
It breaks the immersion of like they're filming that this is not real.
Yeah.
Of course, movies aren't real, but when you're watching a really good movie like John Wick or The Guardians, you
don't
kind of
really-
forget that because the story is so good that you become invested. That when you notice bad CGI or a noticeable green screen, you're like, oh fuck, like like now I was like on this roll, like I was on a roll getting invested, and now I stopped because I noticed the green screen.
Yeah.
And now I got to try to like retrain my brain to give a fuck again. And so it does break the immersion, and kind of sucks that movies do that. But I feel like one of the biggest flaws in this movie was some noticeable green screen and CGI. Not all of it was polished. And maybe if it had a little more time in the post-production process, it would have been more polished, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Let's get into the synopsis, Hav. Can you give the synopsis of this movie?
You already
real
gave the
quick?
synopsis.
I did?
Yeah, earlier.
I did, Mario? I gave the synopsis?
Yes.
Fuck.
You did?
He did. Yeah,
don't
bro.
remember.
Yes,
did, I
bro,
know.
you did. You gave the synopsis. It was about
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
You did, bro.
You're
about
like,
the-
what hooked me was the story about like, oh, whatever she
Yeah,
writes
you
comes
said
to
that
true.
what hooked you about the trailer was the synopsis, and then you broke it down.
Yeah,
That it was an author that wrote books about spies, and that was shit was coming to life. You said that earlier.
Oh shit, dude! I dead as don't remember,
Yeah.
man. Never mind.
Yeah, so the fans know. The listeners know what's going on.
Okay, yeah.
But okay, so another thing I want to talk about. What did you guys think of the actors? Everyone who played their parts. What do you think?
I think they all did good. Even
Yeah.
even. I mean, I don't know if she's done other shit. Dua Lipa. I know. To me, I think she did
the
fine.
main girl.
Yeah,
No.
She looks familiar.
that's not Dua Lipa.
No. You guys talking about different people
I'm talking about the girl in the beginning.
in the
gold
beginning, not
dress.
the author.
No,
I
not
don't
the
know
author.
that girl. I don't
That's
know that
Dua
girl.
Lipa. She's a singer.
No,
she's
the
a
author
singer?
is Bryce Dallas Howard.
She has Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah.
She looks familiar. What else has she been in?
But not anything you remember. She was Gwen Stacy in Spider-Man 3, Tobey Maguire.
Really?
Yeah, she was Gwen
Damn.
Stacy. She's directed and written for a few Mandalorian episodes.
Yeah, I was about to say yeah.
She's
wow.
done. She's
Good
worked on
ones.
Star Wars.
She's all her episodes were good.
Yeah, it's fire. But she's done other shit too, bro.
Yeah.
The most noticeable one for my nerd ass is fucking Gwen Stacy in Spider-Man 3 with Venom and Sandman.
Oh,
She was in that movie.
Damn. Okay.
But what do you guys think of Sam Rockwell, the guy who played Aiden, the spy guy?
I thought he was cool. Man.
He was cool,
He was
man.
cool.
He was cool, like, cause like his action and everything, like he knows how to throw down, but also like he was very comedic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Sam Rockwell has done movies in the past where he's comedic. Sam Rockwell, actually, Hector, if you know, he's Justin Hammer from Iron Man 2.
Oh really?
Yeah, so he plays the character of Justin Hammer.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so he's in Iron Man 2, bro, and he very much plays sort of like the same like comedy kind of guy. Like it's the same vibe, bro.
Okay.
But only him in Iron Man 2, he doesn't kick ass or throw down like in this movie.
Yeah.
So that movie had that. But yeah, I know because we got Cape shit coming up and we're gonna watch Iron Man 2 soon. You're gonna see Sam Rockwell. He's gonna look much younger, bro. But you're gonna be like, yeah, it's the same motherfucker from Argylle. You're gonna see like the comedy shit.
Yeah.
I will say there were a lot of actors in this movie, like straight up borderline. I would even say cameos. There's a lot of people where I'm like, oh shit, they're in this movie, and they're only for like one scene. So I was like, oh, okay, interesting. Like, I guess that's all we're gonna see of Richard Grant. And it's like, what the fuck? But there were also some actors that get introduced that I didn't feel like had to be in this movie. Maybe I feel like they were just in here for like just 5 minutes of screen time. Like you see him in the trailer, but Samuel Jackson could have been played by anybody, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You didn't need him, but obviously he's a much more recognizable
That's true.
actor. I will say it was nice to see Bryan Cranston again. Walter White.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I have not seen this motherfucker in a minute,
man.
dude.
Yeah.
The last thing I remember seeing of him was when he played fucking Walter White in those fucking popcorn.
I know, I was
Super
about to say
Bowl
that. That's the last
commercials.
thing
Oh
I
yeah,
saw.
the popcorn.
The
and
Super Bowl
shit.
commercials.
Bro,
like,
I looked up the Argylle cast. Guess who's in this movie? That one of those cameos I never noticed. The chick from Rebel Moon.
yeah, that was the keeper of secrets.
That was
Oh,
her.
that was her?
Why do you think I looked
Oh
at you
my
like that?
god!
Oh, the main girl.
I did not
I
know
thought
that
you
was
would know
It's the
her.
main girl.
That's the main chick.
Dude, that's how forgettable Rebel Moon
Yeah,
was.
bro.
Dude.
There's a
Oh
bunch
my-
of
I did not
people.
remember
There's a bunch of people in this
that.
movie.
That Kiara girl. That's the girl. That's the main girl from ISS, bro.
I'm gonna look it up.
I swear to God, that's her.
Yeah, it is her. It's right
her,
here.
right?
Yeah, it is her.
Yeah, like see, she's in the movie. John Cena.
Yeah, John
You
Cena.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I said, these are all people that like had small roles, and like really, if you think that they're gonna be more in the movie, guys, they're not.
They're not,
They're
dude.
not really.
They're
and
not.
Honestly, they could have been played by anybody else.
Yeah.
They didn't need these big hitter actors and actresses, but either because they're big names or because they're friends with the director. Because the chick from Rebel Moon is also in Kingsman.
Oh, for real?
Samuel L. Jackson is in
Oh, yeah,
Kingsman.
that I remember.
So like maybe they're just because they're friends with the directors that they are in this
yo,
movie.
what's the connection with Apple?
It's just an Apple original movie. The same way
okay.
Netflix makes movies, the same way Disney Plus makes original movies. This is just Apple, like this is just them.
Them trying to like boost their streaming.
Their
platform.
streaming service, yeah, I guess,
Oh,
right?
okay.
And
All
like,
right.
do you notice that's why every device
Was
that's, is
I
like
noticed that.
Apple products, like AirPods.
Every time I saw
MacBooks.
that, I'm just like, oh, that's a product
Dude,
placement.
even Samuel Jackson's like little laboratory, like his 3 monitors are just
Yeah.
iPads,
Yeah.
iPad Pros, and it's funny because the stands, those magnet stands, are actual stands that they sell in Apple stores, like the way
Oh,
that it
wow.
hovers over the table. So I'm laughing, I'm like, that's crazy, man. That's
I
funny
mean,
as
we
shit.
make fun of it, but it's like that's what it would be like if it was real life.
Yeah,
Those motherfuckers
that's
would-
why when you watch Spider-Man movies, all the products are Sony.
Yeah.
Computers, TVs,
Yeah.
phones, like it's just because it's their company.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, that's basically what it is. It's literally like when Netflix makes movies. and
Okay.
stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
Killers of the Flower Moon was an Apple original.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, yeah,
Remember that?
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like the actors did a good job. We talked about the action.
Oh yeah, you
the
know, let's talk
CGI.
about what did you guys think about the overall plot? Because I've seen some mixed reviews, and a lot of people have been, I would say critics, man. I'm not gonna lie. I would say critics
sense.
are mostly downplaying this movie because they say that the plot is just too much and just convoluted. And what did you guys think? Were you ever like lost? Did you thought it was too much?
I mean, one aspect's too much, but it's kind of a spoiler. But
I'm actually curious to see what
But I think they did it on purpose. But what's it called? I don't know. I was able to follow along
yeah.
and pick up everything. Did I pick it up everything right away? No, but after like dissecting the scene for like maybe like a couple seconds after it finished, I was like, oh, okay, I know, I knew what happened.
Now
But
you
I
have
was
to
never
remember-
what.
that those same critics
Yeah.
said the same bullshit about Bullet Train.
Yeah.
Oh really?
remember that?
Probably, yeah.
Dude,
I
when the
don't
reviews
remember.
for Bullet Train came out critics were like, the story's so convoluted, like it's so hard to keep up because like it's all these different assassins in one fucking bullet train, and each one of them had their own different backstory and shit. But like it was not all that hard to fucking pay attention.
Okay, so I'm assuming you also feel like Mario, or like it wasn't like you didn't think the plot was all over the place, or what?
I will admit the plot does get a bit convoluted. It does start to kind of like throw a
crazy?
lot at you. But did I feel like it compromised the experience all that much? Not really. Did I feel like it was hard to follow? Fuck no. Like just get better IQ. Says me who watched Oppenheimer, right?
That's why I still understand it.
But I mean, people said
subtitles.
people said the same bullshit about Bullet Train, and like I don't understand that. Like as long as you're listening and paying attention, like the backstory, the plot, the synopsis, all that. I will say it does get to a point where it gets a little convoluted, especially when they start introducing all these different twists, and it's like by
Dude,
the third,
there's more twists in this movie than
pretzels.
I was gonna say, yeah, low key, huh? But I was gonna say like there's another movie that has like that would have a bunch of twists.
Oh, that was my thing. The twist that kept happening. I
was like, by the third one, I'm like, are we doing too much now?
I feel like that's what one of the critics
too much
are saying.
going on, man. I thought this movie was wrapping up, and there's like another 20 minutes. That's another thing I wanted to talk about. What do you guys think of the runtime, the pacing? I'm not gonna lie, 2 hours and 20. I kind of felt it. There are some scenes that felt kind of slowed down.
I did feel it.
But I would say in this movie, because obviously it depends on movie to movie. I always say that. I think this movie was a good thing.
What? What do you mean?
I think it was more of a good thing than a bad thing.
The runtime?
The runtime.
Interesting. I thought
That
there were
low-key-
some scenes that kind of slowed down the pacing, in my opinion.
Really?
Honestly, I feel like this movie would have been golden if it was an even 2 hour movie.
2 hours.
They could have found some parts that shaved 20 minutes. Like, okay, like that whole thing, right? There's a movie where like the spy guy, Aiden, is trying to teach Bryce Dallas Howard how to stomp a person's head in. I feel like that whole scene didn't have to be as long, the jokes and everything, obviously because it connects to something later. But that whole thing where like they're talking about it, I feel like they could have shaved a couple seconds down even in that.
Yeah, there were some scenes that like could have been a lot shorter,
Or maybe taken out entirely, in my opinion.
Yeah. Do you have some in mind? If you do, I just want to know so when we talk about it.
No, right. I can't think of anything. I just know that there are scenes I feel like maybe went on a little too long. Yeah. If this movie was like a easy 2 hour long movie max, this one probably would have been a much more better paced movie. Because I feel like there were some scenes I was never bored, but there were scenes where I'm like, okay,
we get it.
Like I would like some action now because we're kind of slowing down, and I thought there was only 20 minutes left of this movie, and that turns out there's like 35 or something like that. You know what I mean? So I will say there were some scenes that I felt like slowed down. You felt that way, Hector? You said you feel that way?
Well, I did feel the runtime. I actually did.
No,
feel
that's
it.
what I'm saying. But you feel it because is it because of what I'm saying though? Like
because there were some scenes where like I think the one you said, the one with
the stomping heads,
the stomping. Yeah, I think there were some scenes that just could have been like, all right, like okay, we get it, we understand what's happening. Let's kind of keep it going. But regardless, I was still like entertained by everything, and I was still like invested, especially with like the first couple twists. And I kind of do understand how other people are kind of feeling. Because like we get the first couple twists and it's cool, and then we get another twist and another, and it's like, all right, man, like
how many twists we get?
Let's not confuse.
Let's not. All right, bro. Let's take it down a little bit. We got some really great twists that we were all like, whoa, and then we get more twists, and now it's kind of like you're kind of expecting more.
Yeah.
And then when another twist happens, you're like, yeah, I was kind of expecting that.
Yeah.
And now you don't feel, and by that point, you're kind of like. You're not as like shocked or surprised as like you were from the first twist.
And on top of that, with all these different twists, like the first twist happens, you're like, oh shit, like, well, good thing I know that.
Yeah. And
then by the second twist and the third twist, and it's like, it's so much info because you're like, there's so much shit I have to keep track of because these twists keep happening. Like, can we just like limit it down to like 2 twists max so that I don't have to remember as much? Because when you start getting twist over twist, you start to like, there's too much shit you got to remember and memorize.
Yeah.
And like a movie you don't have the power to stop and pause a movie in the movie theater. You just have to keep going.
No, but like I was able to catch, like I was able to keep pace with it, but I do understand
what people mean.
And I do understand why that could be an issue for some people.
It probably would have bogged the movie down if it started doing it more. Like if we had 4, 5, 6 different twists, I'm like, okay, bro, what's the point of this?
No, I would have lost it if they did like what's that movie where they take off their fucking, it's a mask and shit. And
I know.
Like it looks like a real person, but then all along they've been wearing
it was a mask.
Yeah. I would have lost my shit if like that happened at the end or something. I'm like, all right, bro, like what the fuck is going on now?
Yeah.
But no, yeah. What else? I mean, we talked about that. Is there anything else that we missed? We talked about the characters. We talked about the CGI. We talked about the style, the pacing. We talked about the writing. I think we talked about everything, man. For the non-spoiler.
I think so.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else.
Yes. With that being said, let's get our ratings. How do you want to start it off first, and we go this way?
Yeah, sure. So as far as final thoughts, listen, you go on Rotten Tomatoes, man. It's a lot of bad shit.
I saw it. It said 71% for audience, I think, and
It's
then
like a
critics,
35.
Yeah, critics is like in the 30s.
Damn.
35%, bro. And a lot of people have been panning on this movie. I saw, like IGN, I saw the Ops and other people that review movies.
You said the Ops.
And I started seeing a lot of people also downplaying this movie. And I'm gonna be honest, like a lot of people always ask me, like,
Maybe they just
why
took
do you
it-
watch reviews if you're already gonna be biased about the movie going into it? But the truth is that that's not really true. When I watch a review, it gives me something to expect. But I still go in cautiously and objectively. Just because I heard a movie is trash, I'll go into it like, okay, are the things that those reviewers say about the movie, are they going to piss me off as much? And a lot of times, surprisingly, to like, despite other people's like maybe popular belief, like I don't really get persuaded by reviews that much. Like surprisingly, there have been times where I disagree. Honestly, when it comes to Argylle, this is one of those scenarios.
Yeah,
I don't
agree.
really agree with some of the reviews that I read about
Same here.
Argylle. Is it perfect? Fuck no. There's noticeable CGI, noticeable green screen. I felt like,
Night?
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a good question for you, huh? Because you actually rated Silent Night pretty high. I'm actually
Yeah.
curious to see. What did you think? Did you enjoy this one
yeah,
more than
it's
Silent
better.
Night?
It's
All
better
right,
than
okay.
Silent Night. I like them more.
Okay.
But for me, like, I don't agree with the reviews
Yeah.
and what I've read and heard. I thought this movie did have not great CGI. It did kind of dragged a little bit, so the pacing would have been a little better. Maybe a shorter runtime would have been stronger. But everything else about the movie, the comedy, the actors, the action scenes, just with that hint of Matthew Vaughn flair with the action sequences, the music that plays in the background, like, I found myself having more fun with this movie than a lot of other people have, which is very interesting. And
And it makes you wonder, were they taking it like too seriously?
I feel like, I don't know what it
Probably.
is about how people just take shit too serious. Like, okay,
like it's clearly a comedy.
without giving out, okay, here's the thing, right? Without giving out the person's name, because I know Hector doesn't like when I name drop.
Nah, man.
There's a person that reviews movies that I watched, and they said that one of their complaints, it's in the trailer, it's not a spoiler.
Yeah.
In the trailer, we see that there's a scene that involves smoke grenades and they're different colors.
Yeah.
The person who I watched review this movie, they said that they didn't like that scene because it was so much smoke on the screen, you didn't see what was happening.
Come on.
No way.
But when we saw that scene, I saw everything perfectly clear, man. So I don't know what this person's on about. So I feel like
What do you mean
sometimes
you can't see shit,
that's
bro?
what I'm talking about. That's what I understand. That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, that's weird, man.
So for me, sometimes I
Ow.
watch reviews or listen to reviews or watch or whatever, and it's like a lot of times their critiques, I look out for that too, because like, okay, they said that this shit is not cool, so let me see if it's true. And when I see it, I'm like, what are they talking about? This is one of those scenarios. A lot of shit that they considered negatives, I didn't see as negatives when I
Yeah.
saw it. Some shit was accounted for. Okay, noticeable green screen, I get it. That you get a point on that.
The runtime,
but everything
you
else,
get it. The pacing,
right? But
yeah.
everything else, like the action scenes were not that fucking bad. Like I could see through the smoke, and it's like
Yeah.
all this shit. So I feel like people tend to over hate these movies a lot. Another thing is I have a conspiracy that
Oh,
a
shit.
lot of reviewers will look to professional critics, like on Rotten Tomatoes, like verified critics,
Mm.
and they'll see that they're shitting on it, and they don't want to be the people that like say that they like it when the majority hates it because they don't want to be seen with a bad light. So maybe they just bullshit a review and just say they don't like it, but deep down they really do. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's true, but it's like a conspiracy that I have, and I don't
I
fuck
could
with
definitely
that.
see that.
Could be it, man.
I don't fuck with that. Like, I just think,
kinda-
like, just own up to it. If you liked it, despite other people hating it, own up to it. A lot of people hated Spider-Man 3. I love Spider-Man 3. It's not perfect, but I wouldn't say it's, oh my God, terrible. Fuck
Nah,
you.
I don't think it's
Fucking
terrible.
kill yourself.
No.
It is not that bad.
No, it's
It
bad.
is not.
Abby's
Hey,
a-
listen. Hey, listen. Hot take. I've said this before. Hot take.
Spider-Man 3 is better
Venom-
than Spider-Man 2.
No, fuck no. Venom and Spider-Man 3 is better than Tom Hardy Venom.
They're making a new one.
Yes, but visually, no.
No, visually, no, but the storyline.
No, yeah.
Man, way
Visually,
more
You
comic
know
book
what's
accurate.
crazy?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Y'all really hated that second Venom movie. I didn't hate it as much as y'all did.
It's because, bro, if you knew how Carnage was in the comics, you'd be pissed.
Oh, okay.
Carnage is like that movie should have been rated R just by having Carnage in it.
Oh shit.
That's what's fucked. But I just feel like these people sometimes overhate these movies, man. I just feel like this movie was kind of a little overhated. Some of the hate I get, it's understandable. I saw the movie. But it's not as bad as Rotten Tomatoes makes it seem. It's not as bad as the ops make it seem. Like, I found myself enjoying this movie. Quite honestly, like, I'm kind of torn with my rating. I'm torn between...
Another movie was Silent Night. A lot of people were disliking Silent Night.
A lot of people were disliking that one.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. I mean, it had action and stuff like that. I enjoyed it, to me personally. Like, so for me, I enjoyed Argylle, and I think it is worth a watch. I think if you were to watch it the way like we all did, where we're like, okay... It's the trailer kind of pitched it as sort of like a comedy, and some of the action sequences look a little goofy. Yeah. So maybe we go into it just like as a popcorn fluff kind of movie. It's a popcorn flick. It doesn't take it too serious. Then you would have a good time, and that's how I found myself having a good time. Yeah. So for me, I'm torn with my rating. I'm torn between a 7 or an 8.
Ooh.
So I'm actually torn between the two, and I can't tell because a part of me is like, well, it's a 7.
I mean, we could come back.
I'm locked in on my.
No, like for me, it's like oh, well, it's a 7. Because the noticeable green screen and runtime kind of bogs it down. But then I think about the action scenes and the comedy and how those excelled. And I'm like, well, no, like I kind of had, like, I was laughing in the movie theater. I was having a good time. My smile never went away. So part of me is like, well, is it 8? So I'm torn because, like, is it a 7 or is it an 8? And honestly, like, just going back and forth on it, that was literally what I was thinking about on the drive here from the movie theater.
We would come back to you, though.
But no, I got it.
But,
well,
you just said you were torn.
I'm torn.
I was.
Oh, we can come back. No, I got it. After he just said that.
I was.
I could have sworn he just said he was torn.
Yeah, right.
I was torn, but like,
okay.
Honestly, I found this movie to be enjoyable. I liked it a lot. There has some like moments where it's not as good, but overall, it's an enjoyable movie. The real question is, am I down to rewatch it? Now, that's what that's what broke the tiebreaker for me. Is it a 7 or an 8? Would I watch this movie again? And quite honestly, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you.
No,
I would.
Oh damn! Never mind.
Oh wow!
I would watch this movie again. It's fun. It's a good time.
I can't really ask myself that question. Even if I like a movie, I won't rewatch.
That's facts.
But that is a good factor, though.
No, it is.
Like,
it
as
is.
to
It
like,
is. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? To ask
like,
yourself, what kind of rating would you give it? And for me to be able to say, yeah, I would watch this movie because I had fun with it. Then for me, I would have to give this an 8.
There we go.
Ooh, that's crazy.
Sweet. All right, I guess I'll go.
Yeah, go next.
I'll go next. I mean, I agree everything what Hav is saying. Just know, guys, that if you are gonna watch this movie, please understand what you're getting yourself into. Okay, this is a comedy, action, thriller type of movie. Do not go in here and expect John Wick shit. Do not expect some serious shit. Honestly, if you've seen
do not expect James Bond
level
action or level seriousness.
If you saw Bullet Train and you actually liked Bullet Train, then I think you'll like this one.
Fuck yeah.
This movie is definitely fun. It's a fun movie. It's I like the twists and everything. And yeah, it's something that you don't really got to take yourself seriously. And the movie understands that already. Mm-hmm. The movie knows its place, right? It's not like Fast and Furious where like they think they're for real, like type shit, right?
And they started off serious.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's why.
So I wouldn't say this movie is like amazing and shit, or I wouldn't say this movie is honestly like really bad. But I do understand what people are saying, how the story can get kind of messy a bit with the many twists, and it's kind of difficult to follow. I personally didn't feel that way, but I could see how difficult it could be to the general audience. Mm-hmm. And same thing with the whole green screen. There were some same thing with the runtime, because it's super weird, because I was actually invested into the story, but I still felt that fucking length, bro. I still felt that pace. And that, to me, I think is like what kind of is taking a point away from me. It's because even though I was invested, for some reason I still felt like, oh, you know what, man, this is getting too long, man. Some of these scenes are just dragging on, man. You know what I mean? So I think for me, I'm locked in. I thought this was a good movie. I'm gonna give this a 7. And yeah, that's mine. What about you, Mario?
Well, for me, man, I was thoroughly engaged throughout the entire movie because, one, I came in.
I mean, if we said everything, well, we got it. You could just say, "Hey, man, fuck it," what they said, man.
I know, but just to say a little bit, I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the only thing I think that was outshined every other aspect of the movie was the comedy. I think that was the great part of the movie. I think everything else about this movie was good.
You said the comedy?
The comedy, I think, because there were parts where I genuinely was laughing, especially in that one with all the colorful smoke. I was laughing a lot during that. That was my favorite part of the whole movie.
I
But
consider that more of an action scene because there was gun shooting.
no,
I
but
would say it's both.
It's
Yeah.
both. I think this movie excelled in its action, not the comedy. I had fun with the action just because of the style.
Personally, I think both. I think it's perfectly balanced.
Yes.
So yeah.
okay. Well, I would probably give this movie. I'll probably give it a 7, and I do think. Is it worth the movie ticket?
Oh, I forgot to do that.
Oh,
If,
fuck.
if it's worth the movie, we saw this movie in Dolby, and I think we.
Let Javi explain it.
All right, go ahead.
What?
We saw this in Dolby, Jav.
Right.
People are wondering, what the fuck? You spent $20-something on Adobe?
We've talked about this.
Oh shit, we did.
Oh, I thought you were
Yes.
throwing it back just to make a joke. I was about to say, like, yeah, we have talked about this.
Oh shit. No, it's not. No, it's because Jav would text in the group chat. Oh my bad, y'all. We seen this for free or some shit. Like he be fucking around.
yeah, I know.
Never mind. Oh yeah, we. did
No,
mention
so
it.
I'm
did
about to say
mention it.
I think we benefited from watching this in Dolby.
Hey, you guys should too. We're not fucking sponsored. Fuck AMC. You guys should sponsor us. But like, if you guys go watch a movie every fucking week, every week,
or
man,
just 2 movies, general
you
admission.
should do the same thing as us, man. Buy that fucking A-list shit. You pay $20-something a month
for where we're from.
Yeah, and it's more. And then there's an option that says, "Hey, are you gonna watch movies from
Yeah.
different states?"
Mhm.
And if you say yes, and it's gonna up the price
more-
a bit.
But obviously, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine. But yeah, you guys should do that, man. Dude, you're gonna save a lot of fucking money. I wish we did that last year. We probably spent like fucking $200 or some shit.
Way
last
more
year.
than that. Way more than 200.
Fuck, dude.
It's way more than that.
So annoying. And I wish we did that fucking earlier. But we're not sponsored. Fuck AMC, anyways.
Listen. If you
No, it
want,
just pisses me off.
Yeah,
I
I know.
good, but we're not
yeah.
like sponsoring anything.
I
Like,
know.
Man, fuck y'all, man.
I know what you mean.
Even though we're not like big or anything, it's still kind of like a thing. It's like, man, fuck y'all, man. Like,
Hey, maybe down the
They some
road.
hoes, they
But
some
listen,
hoes.
I think if you
no,
do,
bro, I fucked this up, bro. They gonna hear this shit, like, man, fuck them. Bro.
well, if they listen to it, they know it's more of a positive thing.
Oh yeah, because it's really good and like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It
I don't wanna
really is a
shill.
good
I don't wanna
price
be a
for
shill. I'm
what
not
the
a
fuck.
shill, actually, we're not even getting paid.
Yeah, I know. But listen,
But yeah, whatever.
we did
It's
benefit from watching this in Dolby because of
I
the
agree.
visuals and some of the fight scenes. I think we did benefit from it. Do I think it's worth a Dolby? I'm gonna say no.
Fuck.
I'm gonna say
I
no.
would have said yes.
I would have say no.
I agree.
I'm gonna say no because I don't think it's that amazing of a movie that you have to spend the extra dollars.
I
to
think it's
fucking-
worth a normal movie ticket.
Yeah,
but
I was
like,
about to say
on, like,
that.
busy, like it could be on a night. It
like
don't have to
a
be
Friday, Saturday night, bro.
Yeah, I think it's worth that.
I think it's
Dolby
worth that.
for like $20-something bucks. I don't know if it's worth that. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's just.
That's what I was. I think it's worth a regular ticket, but if you enjoy Bullet Train, then maybe bump it up to the Dolby. Or if you're an A-lister like us, then go ahead and watch
Like
it.
if you loved Bullet Train, then fucking man, get this bitch in Dolby.
But I think it's worth just a regular ticket. I think it's worth a movie ticket though. I'll have you go tell your
you said
opinion.
Dolby,
You-
right? Yeah, have you
yeah. I was
said
gonna say.
Dolby.
You think it's worth Dolby?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
He put it perfectly. If you loved Bullet Train, this is worth your Dolby ticket.
yeah,
All right.
that's true. That's true. If you loved Bullet Train, if you
Or
were like,
Kingsman.
if you were just like, oh yeah, same
Or
with Kingsman.
Yeah.
If you love those movies, guys, I'm saying love, right? Watch this bitch in Dolby.
Yeah, it's worth it.
But if you left Bullet Train just kind of honestly, man, just I don't know, just get a normal.
Wait till streaming.
Wait till streaming, or if you hated it, man, don't even watch this movie, man. Like seriously, don't even.
Just know who you are.
Yeah, man.
You know what you like.
Different tastes. But yeah, okay. So recap: I've give it an 8. Mario and I, we both
7.
gave it a 7. And with that being said, guys, that's going to be our non-spoiler review for Argylle. Thank you guys so much for listening. And now we're going to cut into the spoiler section. So if you guys want to stay tuned or stick with us, and we'll go into spoilers and shit. This is your warning. All right. So we're getting in. Oh fuck! I keep forgetting, man. 1, 2,
That's motherfucker.
3. Did I? Let's get it, man. Or did I do it 3, 2, 1 last time? Man, I don't give a fuck. Fuck that shit, man.
We're in spoilers.
We're in spoilers,
Spoilers,
man.
man. Spoiler territory.
Okay, yeah, let's get into it, man.
All right.
Fuck.
The biggest spoiler. I want to get your guys' thoughts on
No,
this.
hold on. Before we get into it,
Now what?
I want to say the funny part where you did a hobby thing and I was laughing
Oh.
in the movie.
Okay.
We're watching the movie, right?
Yeah.
And it's like the beginning of the movie. I think it's like, it's back when the main character is like in her house or some shit walking around.
Oh, okay.
And a song starts playing.
Oh,
And fucking Javi's like, yo, what the fuck? And I'm like, dude, wait, what? Like, what happened? And he turns to me, he's like, dude, they're playing this song. It's fucking crazy. And he leans back to his seat.
and just watches the rest of the
And
movie.
he starts dancing like this.
And I'm laughing. Did you hear me laugh? No. You didn't hear me laugh? I was laughing because I'm like Javi's like talking to me like if I knew what the fuck was going on. Like if I knew the song. I don't know the song. He's like, no, because he reacted like he saw fucking Henry Cavill and the Black Adam.
Yeah.
Yo, what the fuck? Leans in. Yo, they're playing this fucking song. That's crazy, bro. and he leans back in, watching a normal, eating his popcorn, watching a normal movie. I'm like,
With no explanation whatsoever.
dude,
No explanation.
I was expecting him to explain
That's
it to
funny.
me. I was expecting
Hell
him
no.
to explain it to me, but he did it, and that made me laugh because it's like if I knew what the fuck was happening. Javi,
Ain't
can
no
you
way.
explain that? What the fuck is
What was that
happened?
song?
What song is that? Where did it play? I don't
Dude,
know.
fun fact.
I don't know.
That song got played like 4 times. You notice that?
It did?
That song got played 4 different times.
In the same movie?
Yes.
No, dude,
I didn't
did not
notice.
notice
Yes,
that.
bro.
know.
Remember when they were dancing and they were like, "Oh, it's my song." No, it's our song. that was the same song.
Okay.
Oh, I had no idea.
The same song. And then they played like a piano instrumental version of the song twice.
Okay, what's up with that? But no, you reacted the first time they played it.
Yeah.
So what the fuck was that about? Yo, they're playing this song. Like, Hav, I don't know what the fuck this song is, man. And like he didn't even explain it to me. Like he just expected me to know what the fuck was what was happening. And you know how he does this, dude. Sometimes when we watch movies, like a random actor pops up and have you be like, "Yo, no fucking way," and he turns and he like, and I'm just there like, Hav, like, I have to lean in. I'm like, Hav, who the fuck is that? And you know what he says? You don't know who the fuck that is? And I'm like, no, I don't know who that is. Just tell me. Then he tells it to me.
Yeah.
But he does that all the time, and he
That's
did it this
funny.
movie, and I was laughing. And guess what? I didn't even get the explanation. I'm about to get it right now.
All right.
I didn't even get the explanation. I went through the whole movie without wondering what the fuck was that about, man. Go ahead, man. What the fuck was that about?
Okay. So I was surprised to hear this fucking song get played in the movie.
Okay.
I was like, when I heard it, that's why I reacted, because I was like, damn,
Okay.
really? Of all songs, they played this song.
What is it?
So this song came out not even that long ago. It hasn't even been a year. It came out quite recently. It came out a few months ago.
Oh, wow.
It's a song called Now and Then
Okay.
by the Beatles.
Oh.
And it came out
And
recently?
it came out
I thought they
recently.
dead as hell. Bro, the Beatles.
Okay,
how's
look.
the Beatles still a relationship?
Okay, look.
No, hold on. How am I the bitch? How the fuck is the Beatles still cranking out rock songs?
Because you're not letting me explain.
AI.
I know that.
You don't know.
I know. I know.
I don't know.
I
I'm
know the
assuming.
story. I know the story.
Oh, shh.
I was there.
I was there. I was there.
I was there
bitch.
with John Legend. No, what's his name? What's the motherfucker?
Yes.
I'm the
John Legend. That's his name.
Lennon.
Lennon. There
I'm
you go.
the
that.
one that killed him. That's fucked up.
No.
I sent the hitman.
I was there. I was the stalker. I stalked him.
Oh my god.
Oh.
But anyway, all right.
Yeah.
So the
I wrote it. I wrote the chorus.
I wrote the chorus.
I was there.
So the song. Is
I wrote
called,
other songs and
Oh
they
my
took credit for it. That's why I fucking did what I did. God damn it.
You hear the vocals? Those are mine. What the fuck? Really have? Yeah.
They screwed me over. I'm the victim.
Okay. I'm laughing because he's laughing.
I don't even know, bro. These jokes are starting to not make sense.
I don't know. Man. I think this was. I don't know.
Oh,
This was
fuck.
funny, man.
It doesn't make any sense.
Fucking Mario's just laughing. All right. Anyways, like the
Bro,
Beatles.
poor,
yeah,
poor
recent
Gracie. She's trying to sleep. We're being loud. Like,
Oh,
she's
yeah, I
Beatles.
walking
Yeah, she's
away.
leaving away, man.
Gracie's my
yeah.
dog.
Yeah,
She was literally sleeping. Her eyes were closed, and we all started. And then this fucking just got fed up with our bullshit and walked away.
Funny.
Yeah,
Fucking Gracie.
She walked away.
Okay,
Oh yeah. Go
the song is called Now and Then by the
and Then.
Beatles, and it came out like a couple of months ago. Not a couple, like a few months ago. It came out last year. And basically, this song was marketed as the Beatles' final song. That's how they
Oh,
marketed it when
shit.
they released it. So basically, what it is that it was a demo. Right, you know how artists will
Yeah.
make live demos of a song and then they obviously progress it. John Lennon, back when he was alive, back in 1970 whatever, he made a demo of this song called Now and Then.
Okay.
And the vocals that you're hearing is him.
Oh wow.
So he made this demo for a song that they wanted to make when they were the Beatles, and for some reason they never went with it. I think George Harrison, who is the guy that plays the guitar or whatever, he said that shit was trash for whatever fucking reason, right? Fun fact, you can actually go on YouTube and find the actual live demo recording of that demo.
Yeah, does it fire?
I like it more than the fucking version we heard in the movie.
Okay.
I like it more. Because it's a piano ballad. It literally is just him playing the piano and he's just singing those songs. And now it's true, right? They wanted to make this song in tribute to John Lennon, and they marketed it as like their last Beatles song. So what they did, Mario was not far off. I know he joked, but he's not far off. They used AI.
Oh wow.
So what they did was they found that old live recording of that demo that John Lennon made back in the 70s, and they used AI to isolate his voice away from the piano that's playing in the background.
Shit.
So they used it to just isolate his voice. And they used AI to isolate the piano that's being played without his voice over it, and they put the piano in that song.
Oh, wow.
They also made the song go at a faster tempo than the one he played in the demo. So the song goes a little faster than he does in the demo. They also used AI to take bass instrumental from one of their other songs, which is what George Harrison would play. He's also passed away from old age. They isolated bass from another Beatles song, an old ass song, that they then added into this song.
Oh shit.
So they used AI to isolate Lennon's voice, the piano, and a bass instrumental from one of their old songs in the 60s.
Yeah.
That's because they had to contribute Lennon and Harrison's parts, even because they both passed away. The two remaining alive Beatles is Paul McCartney, who was the guitarist, and he was also he was an occasional singer and songwriter for the songs, and Ringo Starr, who was the drummer. Since they're alive, they added pianos, guitar, and drums to this song.
Oh, that's cool.
And Paul McCartney added extra vocals onto the song too, like backing vocals. So what they did was the use of AI in isolating Lennon's voice and the pianos and stuff. They used that to finish the song that Lennon started 40, 50 years ago. And it was marketed as the Beatles' last song. Technically, this is the last song, right? Like, what other songs could they make together if two of them have passed away? But yeah, they used AI. They found that old ass recording, fucking literally like dusted, like blew the dust out. Like, we can make something out of this. So they used AI to like isolate Lennon's voice, and they put it into a different track.
Okay, cool.
And all that stuff.
I know that.
Hey, man,
But
AI
that's
scary.
why I was confused. I was like, really? Like, this song's not even that old. Like, it came out not even a year ago.
How'd you like? Knowing me, how? Like what? Like, come on, man. You expect me to know?
No.
Then why the fuck didn't you explain it? Yo, that's crazy. Dude, they're playing this song? That's what he was like. If I
didn't
knew.
want to talk during the movie.
You're a bitch, man.
If we were in here, I'd have been like, yeah, let me explain. But we were in a movie theater. I don't want
I
to
respect
You could have
that.
just said it. Oh, it's a new Beatles song, and then I would have been like, what, really? And then throughout the whole movie, I'd be thinking about like, dang, that's interesting. Anyways, man, whatever. That's the part made me laugh.
Yeah, man. I actually watched a YouTube video of how
They made it?
using the AI shit, and it's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people bashed on that song because they were like, "Oh, like y'all had to use AI to like revive John Lennon and shit. And, like that's not real music. Y'all using robots."
Yeah.
But like,
All right, let's get into. All right, let's get. All right, that explains it. All right, let's get into it. You wanted to say something. You're like, oh, we're in spoilers now. This biggest spoiler. You wanted to talk about it, and then I cut you off to
forgot.
talk about this. Fuck.
oh no, I remember.
All right.
Oh, the biggest reveal that we get,
Yeah.
the real Argylle.
Hey, man.
And we found out that Argylle is actually Kyle, Rachel Kyle. When we find out that the real Argylle is actually the author, right? What did you guys think of that twist?
I think this
And
is
be real.
Yeah, I think this is the part where I was like, okay, what the fuck? Maybe that's just too much right now. At that point, I think that's where I felt okay. You know what? Maybe I think okay, that's too much. But then as the movie progressed, I was like, all right, you know what? I guess this is working on me. I'm still enjoying it.
Yeah.
But I think that was the first twist where I was like, okay, but
Are we doing too much?
yeah, like all right, maybe we're doing a little bit too much with the twist because we've had a lot already,
Right.
Yep.
and they worked well. And I wasn't really expecting it. I was just expecting, like, okay, you know, throughout the movie, there's scenes where she is looking at the reflection and like it's like her and stuff. to me, I thought what was gonna happen. It happened literally, right? That she is she's Agent Argylle, because there was that scene. Remember, they were in France and they were doing the whole thing where she was talking, and then they played the scene of Henry Cavill's Argylle, and he was saying the words that she was saying. Mm-hmm. So right there was like kind of like obviously foreshadowing, and right there I thought like, oh, it's gonna be one of those things where she is like a person that's like scared of the world and stuff like that, but she's gonna see herself. Oh my god, like I see myself in Argylle, and I know I'm gonna overcome this. Mm-hmm. I was thinking of it like that, and it happened, but literally,
like I'm actually
Argylle. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's how I thought it was gonna play out.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I was like, we saw many foreshadowings, like that's, and like with the mirrors sequences, the parts where like she's talking and it transforms into Henry Cavill's and it's her remember that?
No, you're definitely
so that's what
right.
I was expecting. It's like, oh, right now she's scared, but she's gonna overcome it by realizing, oh, you know what? No, like I can do this because I see myself in this character that I wrote. Mm-hmm. But literally, it was her.
It was actually her.
You know what I mean?
It was her the whole time.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I agree too, bro. I did feel like I was like really like, what's going on? But like then when they started explaining the whole brainwashing shit and she went into a coma.
Even though that was also crazy shit.
Yeah.
But like obviously we already said it's a comedy. We're like we let things slide. We're not taking it too seriously.
For me, bro, like when they started talking about amnesia and like brainwashing.
Yeah.
And like
they literally had the laptop with the little switch,
swirly shit, and I was like,
all thing that was missing was a little like stopwatch thing, you know, that goes side to side.
And I was just kind of like, really, like that's what it took was convenient ass amnesia and like a coma and all that. But then I'm like, well, then again, I can't really hold this movie to a high standard because I've watched movies that go goofier than this, and I fuck with it. Like, there's no such thing as a man that sticks on walls and shoots webs, but I fuck with that. Yeah. So why would I criticize this for being a little goofy on brainwashing if I thought brainwashing Winter Soldier and him killing people?
Spider-Man 2 is art, man. Like I don't know what to tell you. Because even though it's not real, like the tones in that movie is better than other movies that want to be serious, like Fast and Furious and stuff. Like, you get me? But that's a whole nother thing, man. I don't want to talk about Spider-Man 2. We're gonna be here all night. But anyways, yeah, that's it.
I was just laughing because I thought he was throwing a diss at you.
What do you mean you don't know what just happened?
Like,
what are you talking about?
What was that Spider-Man tangent for?
You literally said, "Oh, I pass."
Yeah,
he literally said.
No, I know what you mean.
He literally said, "Oh, I watch a bunch of goofy movies that I pass or whatever because what? I know there's not a real person who shoots out webs who's crawling on the walls and shit." You said that. And you said it was a goofy movie. And then I said, well, Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man is like an art. It's not really goofy. Uh-huh. And I said it's not goofy because even though it's not real, it has a lot more serious tones and it does it way better than movies that actually could pass off as realistic. Uh-huh. That's my point. That's what I was saying.
Oh.
Okay. I think are you retarded, bro?
I feel like there's like a disconnection here.
Is he retarded? Like
he's trying to because what you were saying is that like how you let shit slide for being goofy,
right.
And then he's trying.
So why the fuck are you looking like a dead fish right now? What are you talking?
Because
about?
I was like I knew that. That wasn't really the point I was trying to make though.
But you said it was goofy, like I passed off as a goofy movie, as in like you're trying to compare this. You're trying to compare that with Argylle.
He's not calling Spider-Man goofy, but he's saying like, it's like me, for example. Star Wars. It's literally just space wizards.
Yeah,
shit like that.
Like the concept.
Yeah, the concept. Now he's not calling Spider-Man goofy.
Right.
No, I'm not saying that. But either way, the concept. He was still talking about the concept.
That is true. But I don't think he was like trying to like throw diss at Spider-Man.
No, obviously not. He likes Spider-Man, right? It's just the way he said it was like, oh, this is a goofy movie, and I passed off other movies that were goofy, for example, and he gave Spider-Man an example, and I'm like, I thought he was comparing that with Argylle. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like,
no.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, just continue then. With the point where you were trying to...
Yeah, whatever the point was.
No, I was saying that with the whole brainwashing shit and, like, making up memories, like, it started to get goofy, but it's just, like...
Yeah.
I've watched goofier movies. I've watched shit that, like...
I watched He said that. I watched goofier movies, and he gave that Spider-Man example. Come on. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Whoa.
But I'm not saying Spider-Man like in and of itself is actually goofy. But
But that's exactly what you said, though. You said,
No.
"Oh, I've seen goofier movies," and then you gave the Spider-Man example.
Exactly.
And that's why I responded the way I responded.
I know, but I wasn't gonna take it that deep. What I was talking about is that if you take its bare surface level iceberg concept, Spider-Man is literally about a guy that sticks to walls and shoots webs.
Yeah.
But you went under the iceberg. You literally went into the iceberg and like went deep with it. That's where I was like, no, I get it, but like that wasn't where that's not where I was going with this.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
But I was saying that like I was able to let certain shit slide because it's like, well, how am I not gonna let other shit slide in other movies? You know what I mean? It wouldn't make any sense. Like John Wick has goofy shit.
I mean, yeah.
You're like some shit that you're just like, what? But like,
When he falls down the stairs repeatedly. It's
yeah,
like,
and it's
goofy.
like, and yet I still found that scene to be cool.
Yeah.
So how can I like, why criticize Argylle for shit like this, but I can let shit like in John Wick slide? Mm-hmm. That's where like that's like the confliction when it's just.
I was
like,
saying Argylle was more than John Wick, though.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
a
I
lot
would
more
say
good.
so.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely more. But at the same time, it's like, okay, it's a spy espionage. Even just with the word spy, you know not to take this movie all that serious. Because even though there's real spies out there in the world, they're not doing any of this bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
None of the
Yeah,
saving the world, end of the world destruction, James Bond bullshit. They don't do that. So just by knowing it's a spy movie, you know that there's going to be some unrealistic, like, twists and turns. So that's why, like, the whole, like, oh, well, they brainwashed you, bro. They made you think you were Ellie Conway, not Argylle. And it's like, yeah, that's kind of a leap, but like then again, it's a movie, and you know that it's a movie that's kind of being pitched to you as an action spy movie comedy. So you're supposed to kind of be like, okay, like I fuck with it, and I feel like going back to what I said earlier, my conspiracy theory of critics over hating this shit. I feel like they do that. They take shit just too fucking serious with this stuff, and it's
feel
like,
they
dude,
do
it's
that a
not
lot.
that deep. Like it's just, can't you just have fun with like the movie? Nah, man, there's hella smoke I couldn't see. The fuck? Okay. Then wear real life thermal glasses, I guess, in the movie theater. Like, I feel like those are just nitpicks and like justify why you don't like it.
Yeah.
Like, just say you're not a fun person. That makes more sense.
This mother.
You're not a fun person.
Fucking weirdos. But anyways, that's just me though. What did you guys think of that whole like? Oh, I'm actually Argylle and I was brainwashed. Like, what did you
Already
think of
said
that
my
whole?
piece.
I think the only thing that I can add to it is that it seemed like Hector could kind of saw it coming. For me, I didn't see it coming until like right before they fucking showed us it. Like the setup. I swear to God, bro.
I
didn't
knew
pick up-
that. I knew Henry Cavill was not Argylle.
Oh, I knew that
Even
too.
the trailer was
Yeah,
like,
but
it's
say,
time
in
for
the
you to meet the real
Yeah.
Argylle. And I even told Hector, one time we saw the preview, I think we went to go see ISS or something, and I told Hector, I'm like, bro, I feel like the trailer ends like that, and like, I bet you Argyle's not actually Henry Cavill. And Hector was like, yeah, like, I imagine it's not. So, going into this movie, I'm like, so who is Argylle? I thought...
Well, like her. I was thinking like her, but like figuratively, like, oh, like.
No,
Oh, you didn't think she was actually Argylle?
No, for
no.
me,
Oh, never
for
mind.
me, bro, I was like, well, isn't it
No, Mario, you
obvious?
missed my point.
Oh, no, I missed your
For
point.
me, it's like-
no,
Sorry.
now
Yeah,
it makes
yeah.
sense now. Then
For me, I was like, well, isn't it obvious? Argylle is Aiden.
Yeah.
It has to be Aiden because she keeps seeing him.
That was cool. That seemed cool.
She
I like
kept
that.
seeing Argylle in place of Aiden's place when he was fighting in the apartment, in the train scene, all that. So I was like, oh, okay, so the real Argylle is Aiden.
you want to know why I didn't think it was him? Because we saw him too much in the beginning. I was like, no, if it was Argylle, why would they spoil it by showing him too much? You know what I mean? Because then let's say at the end it's like, oh, I'm Argylle. I was like, oh, that was kind of like a lackluster surprise.
And then they all go to that fucking dance or whatever. They all go to that fucking palace, and he has his fucking hair up like Argylle.
yeah,
So I was like, okay. So like, but like at this point, we already knew he wasn't him.
yeah.
But I was just like, I thought the whole time, I'm like, well, it's him, right? Because she keeps seeing him in his place. I will say though,
At first, yeah.
at the train fight, that train fight where like it's her POV and you see her eyes closed, like blinking, and it kept switching between Henry Cavill and Sam Rockwell. Did you guys feel like they were doing it too much? I feel like it was too much.
Too much?
Too much.
Like they were swapping
Yeah, I know what
back
you
and
mean.
forth way too much.
Personally, I didn't think so.
I thought it was a bit too much. I was like, okay, I get it, right? Like, stop. I think what annoyed me.
I thought it was more impressive because like the way like they transitioned,
and
like the transition seems like flawless.
Right.
that, and I'm also thinking in the back of my mind, I was like, damn, that must have been like a bitch to record.
Maybe.
Because yeah, you would have to record.
Not gonna lie, I
his
wanted to
both
see more
performance.
scenes like that. I
Yeah,
wanted
that
to
would've
see
been
more.
cool.
scenes
For me,
like
I
that.
think what made it annoying was
Yeah.
that it was constantly from her POV, and that you see like that like blinking effect. The blinking effect happened too much. The whole bullshit. You like see her eyelashes and like the eyes closed, and you see like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
blink.
yeah.
That happened too much. What they should have done is her POV have it be Henry Cavill, and like not have any of that blinking shit. Have her POV be Henry Cavill, but like an external camera, it's actually Sam Rockwell.
Oh,
Just
I
had
get
to
you. I
jump back and forth, but like because it was constantly from her POV, she kept like doing that blinking shit.
Stuff. Yeah,
it's just like too. I was like, okay, like it feels like I'm watching a strobe light. Like strobe lights that go, you know what I mean, like on and off, like in the nightclubs and shit when they're playing Dead Mouse or whatever. Like that's how it felt like. Felt like I was watching a strobe light. And I'm like, dude, stop with this blinking bullshit. Like they keep switching to Henry Cavill, Sam Rockwell back and forth so much that like it's kind of hurting my eyes. Like chill.
Yeah.
But then when the fight scene in the apartment happened, they spaced it out more. I'm like, okay, I would have liked to have seen this in the train. They were spaced out a little more. It wasn't going back and forth so much like in the train scene. So I don't know, man. I felt like it was a little too much. I liked the fighting and I liked the action, and I liked that Sam Rockwell can throw down while like kind of like giving jokes at the same time and shit. So I liked that, but it was just like, man, that whole switching back and forth bullshit was a little too much. The apartment, I feel like they was done better.
Yeah.
The apartment fight.
I guess I have a question for you. Is like, how did you feel about? Because I feel like Henry Cavill was, in my opinion, based off the trailers, I thought he was going to be more involved in this movie. And what I mean by that, more screen time.
No.
I didn't think so.
Okay,
I
so
did
now
think
that's
that.
another thing that I've heard people.
Well, they made it clear that it was just a book. Same with John Cena.
I know, but
Right.
I figured he was gonna be. He's in this movie a decent amount, but
Yeah,
I
I
just
thought
thought
he'd be
he would
more.
be more.
No.
That's
No.
what I was thinking.
A lot of people, like I said, right, I watched reviews and I read reviews. A lot of people said that one of the things they didn't like was that Henry Cavill was not the main character. Despite you watch,
I mean,
despite
how do you not pick up on that?
despite you see the poster and he's front row center. He's
Yeah.
like in the very front, like he's in front of everybody, and like the actual main characters are in the back. Because you know, there's that poster where they're all lined up in a triangle.
Yeah.
He's in
Yeah.
the front. And so a lot of people were like, "Oh, he's not even in this movie." Well, yeah, motherfucker. Like the trailer made it loud and clear that he's not a real character.
There were book characters.
So why would you think? That's why I'm like, really?
Same with
Really?
John
Like,
Cena.
Yeah, like I knew I was not going to see a lot of this
Yeah,
motherfucker
same.
because he's fictional. The trailer made that loud and clear. So for me, it's like, well, I knew I wasn't going to see him that much. That's why when Mario said, "I'm surprised he didn't have more screen time," I'm like, but you kind of you should have known that going into it. based
No,
on
but you
the
know how they
trailer.
used them. I was just expecting more of that often.
Oh, okay.
That's what I meant.
Like those one-on-one.
Like I
talks
knew
that-
Bryce Dallas Howard was the MC of this fucking movie when I saw the trailer. I'm like,
Yeah, you're
I
talking
knew,
about like the one-on-one, like you know when she looks at a reflection and she
shit like
sees
that,
it?
or in more fight scenes, just more often.
Oh,
That's what I
more
was.
fight
I mean,
scenes.
I don't mind
That
how
was
they
cool
used
though.
them.
I wanted to see more.
Yeah,
of that.
I don't mind
That
how
was
he
cool.
was used. It was not negative. I'm just asking if like you guys were expecting more. That's just my question.
Fuck no.
What about you?
I wasn't expecting more, but I thought like the whole like transitions that we see, like how she views Henry Cavill and the other dude. I wanted to see more of that, but I can understand why they cut it off because at one point like she just like snaps out of it, if that makes sense. So obviously, they
Okay,
want
so
to do more.
you do like how it was in the movie. You did enjoy that though.
Yeah, hell yeah, I
Oh,
liked
okay.
it. And the blinking, I know it bothered him personally. It didn't.
Obviously,
for
me neither.
It-
The blinking didn't bother me at all.
okay. But I do understand what he's saying, like the different, like the different camera angles instead of having using the blinking and stuff.
Yeah.
But that was cool though. I liked it a lot. That shit was pretty cool. What else?
When they reveal that Ellie Conway is actually Rachel Kyle,
Oh.
and now she goes on that mission in the middle of the desert to that palace,
Yeah.
and she's supposed to now do spy shit. Did you guys think you were gonna believe that? Did you guys think like, okay, now I got to take this chick serious as a spy? Was there any what's the word I'm looking for? Was there any what's that word? We're like
Disbelief.
no, not disbelief. Was there
Doubt.
doubts?
Doubt.
Did you have any doubts that that she was like, okay, now I got to take this girl serious as a spy? Can she pull it off? Like
For me,
despite
there was
the character that she
I
was
wouldn't
playing so far up until this movie.
I wouldn't say there was any doubt. For me, I would use the word hesitation. There was hesitation. I'm like, okay, there's no way she just goes into spy mode. It has to be something where you do it over time, and I think that's what they did in the movie. For me, in my opinion, I think they did it over time. Because in the beginning, when they enter that palace, where the fuck in the desert,
Right.
She's very much still the other chick, like.
Yeah.
But as we get near the end of that location, like that
Right.
scene, that whole area. Then when she's talking to the girl from Rubber Moon, that's when you see it. I was like, all right, at least they didn't rush into it.
At that
least.
point, we already found out that she was like brainwashed and all this stuff.
No,
right?
no.
So to me, I think they saved themselves with that.
No, yeah, but that's not what I'm asking.
What do you mean?
That's not what I'm asking. That's not the question. I think you guys are getting confused. What I'm saying is like now that it's her time to shine as a spy, did you think you were going to take it serious?
Oh,
Or
like
are you-
her actually doing it?
Yeah, like are we now like considering the character that she's been playing so far, and now she has to be Rachel Kyle in this palace. Did you think that the way she would act, or that the way that she was supposed to fight or throw down, did you think you'd take it serious? I thought there would be some doubt. I'm like, I don't know if I'm sure. I mean, because she's a great actress. Bryce Dallas Howard is good, but action star Jason Statham throwing down good.
Yeah,
there was doubt where I'm like,
do you remember that? Do you remember in the vineyard when the other guy, I forgot his fucking name, the other agent, like tries to punch her and she dodges it, and she like there's a scene where she just locks in and starts fighting. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
What's a vineyard?
The vineyard, where all the grapes are at.
Oh,
because you make wine out of grape.
Yeah, we're talking about Aiden.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when he has the keys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, where he's about where like she's like fuck that. She finds out that she's the spy. She's like fuck that's bullshit. And then he like is about to punch her. She dodges and she does a thing.
Her fight shit.
Right there, that's where I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna buy this because that whole thing that she did to me, it seemed sluggish on her end.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At that point, that's the part where I was like, oh shit. You know what I mean? But at the end, like actually, it started with the whole smoke shit. Remember the whole smoke? I was starting to believe it there, but I think it's because it most likely wasn't her, or it was like CGI or something, and she looked more what's it called? More like not flexible, more fluid in her movements, and it looked more believable, rather than the first scene that we got that I'm believing it was actually her.
Right.
And it looked very amateur and it looked sluggish.
You think that they were a use of stunt doubles?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, especially with the whole skating shit, the whole the smoke shit is definitely
her special move.
But her herself, it was in that vineyard that you could tell,
block
bro.
shit.
Yeah, dude.
It was sluggish.
It was sluggish, bro. It was like it didn't fit her.
Got you.
And obviously that's the first scene we get, and that's where I was starting. I'm like, oh shit.
So you say there were doubts, because that's how I was.
I would say so, but I wouldn't be surprised if like, let's say, she grabs a gun and she just kills someone randomly. I wouldn't be like, whoa, that's too fast. I wouldn't think that way because we already got the explanation that she was brainwashed and she already had those skills. Does that make sense? Because I know that could be an issue sometimes where, it happens too rapidly and you don't necessarily believe it because we need to see some development. And here, this is where I kind of, if that happened, I would let that slide because we already know that she was brainwashed. She already has this shit. And that, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think there were doubts, especially that first scene, like for sure. Yeah. At least with the vineyard thing for me. What about you, Mario?
I mean, now that I understand what you're asking, that part did look sluggish to me. But as the movie went on, for me, it just improved for me, honestly. Like I started believing it more and more.
It was probably CGI or other people, man, for sure, man.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
There's no way.
All right. I just want to get your guys' thoughts.
Yeah.
The ice skating oil scene.
Oh yeah, that was the scene. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier in the.
No, you couldn't because it's spoiler.
Oh, is that the scene that you were talking about that you liked a lot?
No, that's the spray paint, whatever the fuck.
Oh, that's the favorite one.
That's my favorite one. But this ice skating one, I could just tell. I'm like, yo, this CGI is bad, and it was taking me out. I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
This is where like it got crazy. Where I'm just like, okay, I'm not buying it because this shit looks bad.
Oh wow, really?
Because it's taking me.
I
out.
had fun with that scene.
No, I
had fun with that.
Dude,
scene.
that scene was fire. I like that scene a lot.
I had fun.
Is that your favorite scene?
I would say action sequence. I really liked the train one, man, with the whole switch up with Henry Cavill, man.
That one was cool.
I really liked that one. I would say that one, and then the smoke one. But the oil one was cool too, though. I did notice a CGI though. I understand, but I don't think it necessarily like took me out completely.
Yeah, I don't know if I noticed it. I don't think I noticed any CGI in the oil scene. No.
Yeah,
I didn't really notice that. I did. Like I said, for me, I more so noticeable green screen.
Oh yeah,
I noticed that more than I did the bad CGI. Like there was some CGI where like, okay, I get it, I could see that, right? That's not a real car driving on rooftops, but
that shit was bad, man.
But
that shit was funny.
But like,
we never really talked about that, by the way.
Well, no,
no, we didn't. Like in detail, we're like, because
we couldn't.
No, yeah.
But we did say that the CGI was not possible.
Yeah, Henry Cavill was driving through roofs.
I told Hector that's some Uncharted shit. Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
That's when I was watching, I'm like, bro, this is Uncharted 4. Yeah, like, what am I watching?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. When you're driving that 4x4? Yeah. Hell yeah. Dude, I love Uncharted.
But that CGI, it was bad.
But I didn't notice any CGI in that scene.
In the oil one?
Mm-mm.
No, I did, bro.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember the ones where she is like just the parts where she's going like really fast,
Like, and she's moving around. You can just tell it's CGI.
some of it, and
Like
especially,
obviously,
maybe
like
the
obviously,
spin,
she's
too.
not fucking doing that in real life. But like,
Well, no.
No, I'm not. Okay, I'm not gonna. Okay, I
not gonna take it
I don't
that far.
want to sound like a bitch right now, man. I'm not gonna sound like a bitch. But the reason why I guess was noticeable, especially with the smoke shit too, as well, is because like in those scenes she looked more slimmer. Same with the oil shit.
Say like it's stunt double.
She looked more slimmer than the actual actor.
right.
And so that's to me. I mean, did you guys notice that as well? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not trying to be a bitch, man. I'm just saying, like, it was just noticeable. So that's why I
didn't
immediately
notice.
knew. No. I noticed. I noticed it, man. Like the oil and like the smoke. Obviously, some parts of the smoke, right? There were parts where it was actually her. And same thing with the vineyard. That was actually her. But like with the oil shit, there were some parts where you could tell it wasn't her, obviously, right? Because I mean, you're not gonna have a real actor, the main character.
yeah, I know what you mean.
Do shit like
Everyone
that,
needs
you
a
know?
stunt doubles, bro.
of course. But yeah, I just noticed that, and then mix that with the bit of CGI that I had. I noticed it, but it didn't took me out of the experience like it did with you, Mario. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. So you didn't really like that scene at all?
No, it was still like I said, even though it took me out of it, I guess like I didn't say like, oh, this is trash, it's gonna fucking lower a point for me. No, it wasn't like that.
This is not really a negative. I was just thinking like, how the fuck is she skating on oil, man?
That I know what you mean, right? I was like,
It's
can
just
you
funny.
can skate on oil,
And the way she made the blades, was she just what did she do? Oh yeah, she
steps on
stuffed
knives.
it.
She steps on knives. That's just funny to me, man. I was like, what the
But you
fuck?
see, that's kind of goofy though.
Oh yeah.
Is you're like really like you use knives?
I would
on
say
your
that's the
skates?
most goofiest scene.
Right, but
Oh,
here's
yeah.
the thing: if you watch his previous movies, it has that kind of goofy shit in it,
Yeah.
so it's very in line to his filmmaking, especially the Kingsman movies.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if you see goofy shit in this movie and you find it enjoyment, I mean, you're gonna like it's. I feel like it's better done in the Kingsman movies than it is in our.
yeah, I would say that too.
It's
also.
better done, but like some of that goofy shit, like, is in the Kingsman movies, the first two, the ones that I like,
You know,
and it's done well. Like you fuck with it.
that the oil scene reminded me of that scene you showed me with Planet Terror of that bitch like shooting with her leg.
Yeah,
Remember that where she's like shooting with
Yeah,
her leg?
yeah.
That is what reminded me like that type of
dude,
goofiness.
Planet Terror is so fucking. Is so.
I still haven't
good.
seen it. You just showed me that one scene.
Dude, it's so fucking good. Hector, I cannot wait to watch Planet Terror with you.
Oh my
You love zombie movies, bro? This is the zombie movie you need to watch.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
It's
no.
literally,
Man.
dude, it's literally zombies meets the over the top shit of Argylle.
Oh my god.
It's literally that's what it is, bro. It's like
Is it a comedy?
It's not a comedy. It's
Okay,
but
but
there,
you could see it.
but
Like,
there's like there's a sense of like okay, I'm not
it's
supposed
not
to
meant to be a comedy, but like you will think of it like it's a comedy
because
based
there's
on this
certain
crazy
things
shit.
where you're like what, like
Okay,
a
I
bitch
got you.
shooting with her leg. Bro.
That's funny though.
You see, that's what I mean. It's not a comedy, but like
That's funny.
There's certain shit where you're like, what the fuck?
How does she shoot it? It's funny.
That-
Like, you know,
Bro, makes
how does she
those-
reload that bitch?
Dude, it's infinite ammo. You
No,
never
I
see her
get
like
it.
reload it.
That's
But like
funny.
it's one of those. It's just one of those, dude. When Tarantino and Rodriguez made the what's it called again? Grindhouse.
Yeah,
You guys
Grindhouse.
talked about
Grindhouse.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And Grindhouse, like they just wanted to make throwback movies to because I watched. No surprise, right? I went on YouTube. I watched a video essay of what Grindhouse.
I actually saw
was.
Death Proof though.
You said you saw it. You've seen it. I actually watched a video essay of what Grindhouse was supposed to be, and I guess Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez said that they liked growing up watching Grindhouse movies, which back in the 70s were like these rated R movies and shit that were like explicitly gory and whatever the fuck. So that's why they made
They had,
Death
like-
Proof and Planet Terror
It had
because
like porn or
yeah,
shit.
there was very rated like R.
Oh
It
shit! I
was-
said that. We're on YouTube. Fuck.
No, we're good.
Just one. I think one word. I can only say it
No,
once.
we're good. We're deep in this shit. We're fine.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine. But yeah, like they just wanted to make their shit kind of, and they said that like those old Grindhouse movies from the 80s, like there was kind of a sense of like over the top, like some shit was just over the top and kind of goofy, but like that's what they liked about it. That's why in Planet Terror they're like, it doesn't make sense for this bitch
Yeah,
to shoot
yeah.
with her leg,
It's just to fuck
but
around.
it's just like to fuck around, like to have fun. So you like Planet Terror, bro. There's some shit where you're like, bro, what? It's like we just
Dude,
let
I've seen a lot of zombie movies, man.
Hector.
I've
I'm
seen a
telling
lot of
you,
bad
we gotta
ones.
go to the liquor store. And like
And
buy
watch
some
that
Twisted
one?
Teas and watch Planet Terror. You'll have a fucking blast, I promise you.
You know what's a good zombie comedy movie would be Shaun of the Dead.
That one's funny
I
as
like Shaun
fuck,
of the
dude.
Dead.
What about Zombieland?
Zombieland.
Dude,
That's a good
Zombieland
one.
doesn't get talked about a lot anymore.
That's true, man.
That's true.
That's true. Even though I like both of them, we
I
saw
like-
the second one in theaters.
Yeah, we saw the second one.
Yeah, I remember
I like
that.
it.
We did not have the pod. I don't think.
Nope.
Right?
No, we didn't have the
That
pod
was
for
way
that second
before.
one. No.
What was that? 2020?
That was before that, I think.
Before 2020?
Yes.
Was it 2019?
Yes, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Fuck. I remember we saw that in theaters.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. I
What's it
wanted
called?
to.
Yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to say. The part where that got me, I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" with the twist shit. I think would be like the very first one. I guess wasn't the first one where like we see that her dad is the bad guy,
The bad guy.
Yeah.
and then the mom is like pulls out a gun. I'm like, "Yo,"
No, the
I'm like,
mom
what
got
the
me
fuck
too.
is happening?
I thought the mom was normal. I was like, wait, you're not really her mom. What
that
the
shit
fuck?
was crazy, bro.
Yeah,
I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
I was not expecting that.
I was low key like maybe it's too much to ask, but I was
Yeah.
kind of like, okay, so then who are her parents?
Yeah,
Did that ever occur to you?
No, yeah,
Yeah,
was
I
like,
did
who
think
the fuck
about
is
that.
she?
I'm like, but then I'm like, no, but if they were to introduce her real parents, that would make this movie longer. And runtime, you already feel it enough. So I was kind of, I'm like,
Would've been
okay, then maybe you didn't
unnecessary.
have to, but I was kind of like, okay, there's like that switcheroo, but like, where her real parents at? The fuck?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
Where her real parents at though?
Unless her father figure was Samuel L. Jackson. No. Oh, no. Her father figure was still the bad guy. It was Bryan Cranston.
Oh yeah,
Because he said,
right.
like, even though you're not my daughter, I raised you. Because she was part of that organization.
Oh no! Oh yeah! You're right. No, actually, I lied. The first twist was that they made it seem like that guy that saved her was the bad
It
guy.
was a bad guy.
That was the first twist, and that got me, bro. I was like, oh shit, really? Like,
Damn.
and it kind of bothered me. It bothered me. Because I thought it got me. I got, man. It got. I was like,
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
You no.
No,
you didn't get that too.
I've had a feeling. I'm like, no, this is just. I had a feeling. I was like, no, this is probably that one thing where the actor gets confused and it's a convenient way to get her out of the situation to progress the story.
Yes.
I got in a sense where I thought, oh shit, maybe he was like he's like another bad guy or some shit, whatever, you know. And fuck, I forgot where I was going with this, man. Fuck.
You were pissed that you got.
Oh yeah, because like I was liking him as a character. I was liking him as a character, and then like, oh shit, is he actually a bad guy? Fuck, what was the point of this? And then that obviously that was like for a couple of minutes, and then I started realizing, wait, yeah, that would suck. That would suck that you build a rapport with a character, and then he's switcheroo like super like pretty far into the movie, and that would be really bad. So then I was like, wait a second, you know what? Maybe he's not bad. But it did get me at first.
But you know what's funny too is that she overhears a conversation with him on the phone. He's
Yeah,
ready
yeah,
to put
yeah.
a bullet into her head.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's like, oh my god, he's evil. And then later on, he's like, you say you're gonna put a bullet in my head? He's like, oh my god, you take everything so serious, like so literal.
yeah.
But in the movie, he never explained what that phrase really meant.
That's true.
What does he mean by take a bullet to the head? Like, I feel like that line
like-
was just purposely said
Yeah.
to progress the storyline and make the audience think he was evil. Because there was never a scene like, okay, asshole, like, so then what did you mean on the phone when you said bullet to my head? Oh,
She was just
what I
annoying,
meant,
probably.
what I meant to
Yeah,
say.
that's what I was thinking too.
Eh?
That she
Like
was,
she was just annoying.
yeah, like she was a pain to move, like to get to him.
Oh,
Like she was
Like
being
she was
annoying.
just annoying, like always complaining and stuff. Even in the vineyard we saw that, like shut up, like that was funny.
Yeah.
Like you're always complaining, bitch. Like shut up.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. That's me. I was just kind of like, damn, they never even explained it. So like, they just add that line to progress the story. And make
I think
it seem
they
like he
did.
was evil.
Yeah,
They had
I mean,
to,
it
bro.
worked.
even
They
though
got
it got
Hector.
me, yeah, it got me,
Hector.
man.
Hector.
Hector got.
It got me until I realized no, it would actually make it a bad movie if they actually did that. Because like, there's no way we spend this much time with a certain character to make him seem likable and then actually have him be a bad guy. Because we're already pretty deep in and they already went through some shit together. I don't know. That's just me though.
Yeah.
What else? I guess let's talk about the other twist. Like this is where it's kind of like, okay, cool. We find out no, he's not actually a bad guy. He's actually a good guy. And the father, no, he's actually the bad guy. And then we're like, okay, cool. She finds out that she's an agent, part of the good guys. And then we found out no, she's actually the bad guy.
Yeah.
To me, I'm like, holy shit! Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
That's
man?
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I meant about when this movie had too many twists. I feel like it got to the point where it's like, is this becoming too many? Because now I'm required to memorize all this. I'm supposed to memorize that she was good. Oh no, now she's bad. Or wait, no, she's good again. Oh, but like this guy was supposedly bad. Oh, but he was good all along. You memorize too much, and I feel like that's why people say it's convoluted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
And
can see
there
that.
was like a point in this movie where like they were starting to just tread on that line. Crossing that line of like, okay, dude, you're doing too much. Like, it's way too much now. And obviously, that would have bogged it down to a 7 for me.
Oh shit.
If they would have just kept twist, like, all right, bro, that's too much.
Oh, so you're changing your rating?
No, I'm saying it would have.
If
it kept going.
Gotcha.
If it kept going, it would have. Obviously, they cut it off at one point. But
yeah, I think that was the final one, wasn't it?
No, I mean,
no, the last one is finding out that chick was alive.
yeah, I was about to say that was the final one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kira or whatever. The
Yeah,
girl
she's
was
the one
there.
that sent that
She
fan mail.
She shot through that hole.
Oh, and the other twists were like she shot through that dude's heart.
Yeah, like the 2-inch gap that apparently it's safe. That shit was crazy.
That shit. To me, it's like, how'd she do that? She
Yeah,
did,
I know,
quick
right?
draw. That shit funny. That was funny to me.
And also, he maintained himself alive by injecting himself with adrenaline.
Yeah.
4 different injections.
I'm like, that can't be healthy.
that
That's
too.
some Batman shit.
Yeah.
That too, but I'm also like, when is it gonna wear off? He lasted quite a while.
And he has like didn't she put like a handkerchief or something or like a napkin in
To
the
keep the
hole?
bleeding.
Yeah.
So he still has that bitch in there, like
Yeah, but I mean, later on, you see that he wrapped himself with bandages.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we
so
do.
like you see like there's a bandage across him, so that wouldn't.
You know,
bleed.
did you guys think he was actually like dead right there? I thought I didn't think so. I thought he had like a vest, but then I saw like blood, and I was
Right.
like, oh shit.
Yeah. No,
Like,
I
oh, shit,
knew.
he's fucking
I
dead.
knew it was a real shot.
Okay.
I knew he was. I'm like, he can't be dead. So how are they gonna explain that he's alive?
Mm-hmm.
So when she talked about that whole shit, oh, that 2-inch gap in your heart, I'm like,
All right.
come on, really? And she's like, no, that's how I was gonna bring Kira alive in the novel. And I did research, and apparently it's true. There's a 2-inch hole, and blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, all right, you got me there. If it's real,
You
then
got
all
me,
right.
all right.
He's
Yeah,
like, well, aren't you shot? It's like, yeah, you're right. I am shot. That's real. So I guess it worked.
Hell no.
But like then later on in the movie, it's like, no,
She's actually alive.
I was actually the fan that sent that shit. And I
was
was
her.
like, oh,
That was another twist. Yeah, that's
That
another
was-
twist.
that's
the
one we're
last
talking- that's the last one.
That was the last.
Damn, there was a
one.
lot in here.
yeah, I'm
huh?
telling you, there was a lot of twists.
Yeah, man, that was a lot of twists. Oh, another, and this is random. Another cool scene that I guess I liked was with Walter White, man, where he shoots that guy with Clementine.
Oh,
He's
you.
like this, and he shoots him behind him. That was.
I don't
cool.
know why. When
That
he-
was random. I know
when-
it's random, but I just want to say that was.
That
cool.
that was cool, but
like
when
that.
he said
I
it was
saw it
Clementine, I just
Yeah.
thought of Walking Dead, the Telltale.
Oh,
series. I was like,
Clementine.
oh wow, that's cool.
That's crazy, man. Hector never beat those.
Hey, man, we don't talk about that, man. I'm gonna get to it, man.
I mean, to be fair, I've never beat him either. I've seen playthroughs.
Oh, that's even worse, huh? Come on, that's worse. No, dude. Yes or no, that's got to be worse.
Why?
That's got to be worse. Cause like he saw playthroughs, he didn't play them himself. The fuck?
Considering he's the gamer here,
For real?
I couldn't afford them.
he spends $100.
I watched them when they
you
were
saw them
coming
when you
out.
were a kid. Oh.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, my mom's not gonna buy me this, bro. You know how Mexican
Yeah,
parents are.
Yeah, I feel
Oh.
that. I feel that. I did
There were
that.
so many games I wanted to play,
I
but
did
I
that
just
with
couldn't.
the first season of The Walking Dead.
You watched it?
No, the game.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Well, no, yeah, the whole season. Because I remember at the time on the 360 they had the episode 1 for free. So I played episode 1 on the 360 for free, and obviously I was like 11, bro. We were like 11 or 12. So I'm like, dang, I gotta watch fucking the Rad Brad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Rad Brad, bro. He's like my childhood, man. Watching.
Yeah.
That's crazy because I never seen any of his playthroughs growing up.
What?
I saw
Ever, dude? Come on.
I watched
Ever?
another guy.
Who?
It's
Get his name. Fuck it.
it's he's called DSP Gaming.
DSP game.
He used to go by Dark Side Phil.
Never heard of him.
No.
But you never seen one Rad Brad play?
Oh no, I seen him now, but growing up I never.
Wait, now? You watch him now?
Yeah, because everyone makes them TikTok. I'll be like, they'll be like, oh, bro, Rad Brad really is my childhood. And I was like, damn,
my
he
childhood.
wasn't mine. It was this guy, DSP Gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
some
dude, he played
nobody.
every game. And what pissed me off is like, I'm not gonna. Shout out to you, man. Like, if you listen, I doubt it. But like, your ass, bro. Like, there are he's not great, man, at some video games, man. And there's parts where like he's not like us, Mario, where he doesn't explore. And it's funny because I remember the comments would say that. It's like, bro, like you missed this, or like, oh, you're supposed to do this and that. And then he talks about it in the next video. Hey guys, so I saw your comments, and so I'm gonna do my best to blah blah blah. And I get it because he plays like so many different games, so it's kind of difficult to be good at all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I mean. So, but yeah, that's one thing that I guess frustrated me as like a kid or whatever, is that he wasn't great, and eventually I stopped watching him because of that. I guess I was like 13. I was like maybe 13, 14 when I stopped watching him. And I guess, hey man, I guess that makes me a bitch or whatever. But like, it just frustrated me. It's like, all right, bro, like your aim sucks, bro. Like, come on, man. Like if that was like, bro, you're so lucky, man. You know what I mean? Because if my dad, man, bought me that shit right now, I'd be smoking these folks. You out here shooting blanks, bro. You missing them, man. Like I remember that was with I saw a couple episodes with The Last of Us on the PS3 when it came out. Because obviously I could only play it whenever we went to like Fabian's house or something. I didn't have a PS3 or whatever. So I'd watch like 2 or 3 videos, bro, and his aim was trash. And so I'm like, nah, I'm not watching this, man. Fuck this.
I feel you on that. With my guy, my guy wasn't good either, but I would only care when he would upload like multiplayer sessions of games like COD. Yeah. I'd be like, nah, I can't watch.
But he was cool. Like his personality is cool.
I thought he was black.
You thought he what?
Really? Everyone thought he was black.
I didn't think he was black.
Wait, he showed his face before?
Yeah.
I don't know. I never seen his
face.
face.
He's white and he's blonde, so he's not black.
I never thought he was black. I thought he was white.
From hearing his voice,
he is not.
Because I didn't know I never knew he showed his face. I thought he was white.
Yeah, he showed his. No, he didn't show his kids, did he?
Well,
no, he didn't show it. I think he didn't show his kids, but no, yeah, he's a white dude. I didn't think he was black. What the fuck?
Like, what kind of voice is this on a white man? That's crazy.
Honestly, dude, I didn't really think of anything, man. Like at the time when I was watching him, but like, no, I never really heard about that. Like, oh, like he might have been black or whatever.
Yeah, me neither.
But shout out to the Rad man, if you listen to man, he's still going, man. He's still going. His personality, like I said, like. I think he's like one of the more genuine dudes. Like he's more chill, like whatever.
For sure,
yeah, bro.
He's not like whoa, like you know what I mean?
Oh hell yeah,
shit.
Yeah. So he's cool, man. But anyways, man, I don't know how the fuck we got into the shit. Where the fuck were we, man?
It's because I brought up Clementine and all the Walking Dead.
Yeah. Okay. So where the fuck were we though?
We just said that you liked that. Well, he shot that dude.
Oh shit.
That's where we were at. We're basically talking about the end, basically at this point.
Oh yeah, the end
of the movie.
Where,
Bryce Dallas Howard's character sends the files over to Samuel Jackson, and basically
the last twist.
Oh, there's one more.
Is that we see Henry Cavill as some Southern nerd at our book club. Remember that shit? And I'm like, what the fuck?
And we find out this is book 1.
No, that's later.
Oh,
I'm talking about like when it was Henry Cavill with a mullet and he was talking in a Southern accent. He's like, I'm sure you got some questions for me. And she's freaking the fuck out like, what?
She's like, holy shit, that's him.
But then like it just goes to credits. And I'm going to be honest, I don't understand that ending. Like it's just just a coincidence? Like, Henry Cavill is just playing the character?
Yeah, it's probably just like a funny thing where like, oh, I can't, like, holy shit, that's the agent, but clearly it's not.
Right.
It's
Okay.
like a funny thing.
Okay, yeah.
But
all right.
But let's talk about
let's talk about the end credit scene. Because obviously y'all don't know what the fuck.
Explain that, Hav, because I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest.
I don't remember
can't.
anything.
You can't?
I have no fucking clue what's going on, bro. This shit makes no sense. Because I had to Google an article just now. Like before we started the pod, I'm like, post-credit scene, Argylle explained. Because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So the post-credit scene that we see in Argylle is it says 20 years earlier. So now it's 20 years earlier than the events of Argylle. And we are outside of a pub. I tried saying bar and pub. Yeah. We're outside of a pub.
That's a good name, though.
We're outside of We're outside of a pub, and the pub is called The King's Man. Fun fact, that's the name of the third Kingsman movie, the prequel one, that takes place in World War II. It's called The King's Man. So when I saw that and it has the Kingsman logo, I was like, oh, shit. And we see a young Argylle. So this is Argylle. This is Henry Cavill's character. And he goes and meets with this man at the bartender, and he gives him this gun. And then it just says Argylle Book 1 coming to theaters. So for me, I was like, oh, okay, this is like what? Is this supposed to be?
They're probably gonna make the book a real movie. Like you know what I'm talking about?
Maybe
you know the
because
series,
there's 4 books, right, or 5 that she wrote.
5, 6 now, I think.
No, yeah, they're on. Yeah.
There you go.
They're probably gonna do that, bro. They're probably gonna make it a real thing. With
that would be crazy.
Now I will say this. Here's the thing. When I saw Kingsman,
yeah, what the fuck was that about, man?
I'm gonna be honest. I knew this was coming.
For real?
I knew that Kingsman was going to cross over with Argylle.
How'd you know this?
Because when Argylle was coming out, you know, when movies come out, actors and directors, they have to do press. And they do interviews and shit to promote their movie. And Matthew Vaughn said, this is crazy right here. He said that with the success of Kingsman and the box office and critical reception success that those movies had received, that he wanted to create a spy espionage universe, a shared universe within movies. So he said Argylle is the second franchise that he's going to make about spies, the second of 3.
What?
So he's made Kingsman. Now
no.
we have Argylle and a third one that he has yet to make, and he wants to have be a shared universe where they can all potentially cross over.
No way.
And it's funny how he spoils this
Before the movie.
in the marketing, and so I'm like, okay, so I'm assuming we're gonna see a post-credit scene.
Dude,
we're gonna
so if you didn't know about this, you would have been more hyped, or you would have been more confused, or what?
Well, here's the thing. When I saw the trailer and I saw it was a spy action movie by Matthew Vaughn, and I'm like, okay, so another spy movie by him, like Kingsman? A part of me was already theorizing. I was already coming up with my own little fan theories. I'm like, I wonder if they're ever going to cross over. No, they can't, though. Because Samuel L. Jackson is in this movie. And he was in the first movie. He can't play 2 different characters in the shared universe. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm like, it can't be. So now seeing the post-credit scene, I'm like, okay, I guess it is. So how does that make sense? So I think when Mario, or who said it? You? Who
What?
said that this is gonna be, that they're gonna make a movie about based on the actual arc? So I think that's the only way they can explain it, because in the books of Argylle, Samuel L. Jackson's not a thing. So does this mean that the Kingsman movies
Our books.
are books?
Yeah.
crazy, bro.
That logic adds up. That logic adds
See
up.
that?
Crazy.
I'm like, okay, interesting. But yeah, Matthew Vaughn in the interviews and the marketing, like when he was doing promotion for the movie, he said that he wanted to create a shared universe of spy movies
Shouldn't have done
with 3 different franchises. Obviously, Kingsman's already the established one. He already did Argylle, which just came out, and a third one that he has yet to release.
that. Do you like that?
For me, I'm just kind of like, I think it's cool that they would cross over, but like, there's a lot of variables. There's a lot of shit that's going on here. For one, Kingsman 1, bro, came out in 2014.
Yeah.
That was 10 years ago. The actors in the first Kingsman movie are now 10 years older. And there are plans of making a third Kingsman movie with the actors from the first and second one. And one of the writers said, we got to make it soon because Colin Firth is getting up there in age. He's almost going to be 60. And so is Taron Egerton. So, like, we got to make a third one soon because they're getting up there in age. And this would end the saga of the characters from the first 2 movies. Because obviously the third movie is a prequel that takes place in World War II. So it's different actors. So well, we need to make a movie soon. So my thing is, like, if that's going to be the last movie, are these going to be the same Kingsmen they're going to cross over with Argylle? Or is it going to be different people? So for me, I'm just kind of like, this is just growing too big. I feel like I would have preferred if Argylle and Kingsman were separate. Because Argylle is like, well, Argylle's not, like, it's just like, it's based off a book.
Yeah.
It's fictionalized, but then you find out, oh, well, not really. So my question is it Henry Cavill who's going to cross over with Kingsman, or is it Sam Rockwell and the author chick? Because the books are based off real events. So where's the fiction? Where's the truth? And what crosses over with those movies with
That
the
makes
Kingsman?
sense, yeah.
So I feel like it's just way too complicated. Like the plot of Argylle is too complicated to want to make it into a shared universe. So for me personally, like, does it sound cool? Like, it sounds cool in concept, but concept is very different than execution. So for me, I'm not gonna have my high hopes for this spy cinematic universe that Matthew Vaughn's trying to create. Like, honestly, I'm chill, bro, with Kingsman's 1 and 2 being its own thing. I don't need it to be a crossover. I would like a third Kingsman movie with those same characters, not another prequel, and like have it end that trilogy. Like, that's what I would really like, to be honest. But potentially crossing over with Argylle and this other third spy fucking franchise that he has yet to make, that he plans to make. I don't know. To me, I'm just kind of like, I'm not really looking forward to that. I'm fine with just my Kingsman movies being isolated. That's just me, though. What do you guys think? Do you guys want to see a spy espionage cinematic universe shit?
I mean, like I said, I gotta see Kingsman, man. I don't know if I could really make come up with a solidified answer, because I don't know. What if I like Kingsman so much where I just think like you, let's just keep this bitch separate.
Like the way I see it is like the Batman, and how it should not be part of the DC canon. It should remain elsewhere. I'm like, it just works better on its own. Why connect it? See what I mean? That's how I see it personally with Kingsman and Argylle. Like, I don't think you need to cross them over. I think we're good on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that post-credit scene was crazy. It was more confusing. I'm like, why is the bar called the King's Man?
The King's Man.
Like, it's supposed to be Kingsman. Mm-hmm. And why does it say book 1 coming to theaters? What does that mean?
Like I said, it's probably one of the Argylle books.
Yeah, and that's where I'm just too confusing. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, now I don't even know if Argylle 2 is going to actually be Argylle 2 or is it going to be based off the books? And, like, how are they going to tie that with Kingsman? Also, it's not like Marvel Studios, Cowgirl. It's not like all these different directors and writers working on the same movies. Matthew Vaughn's making all this, and he's only one man.
Yeah.
So he's only going to have to make these movies one at a time. Mm-hmm. So, like, are you telling me that because there's plans on making
10-year plan?
Yeah, and it's like
10-year slate, bro.
Yeah, bro, because it's one guy making everything.
Yeah.
Because they already teased that, like, there's that Kingsman prequel movie in World War II. They're teasing a sequel to that movie, the prequel one, and it's going to focus on the rise of Hitler as the main villain.
Oh, okay.
Then they want to make a third Kingsman movie that's a sequel to the first two with the same characters. Jesus. Now we're getting a post-credit scene to Argylle that might just be based off a book, but it's the same one director / writer. It's the same one guy, and he's handling all these different projects. He's like, he has all these ideas and doesn't know how to, like, it's cool to have ideas, Cowgirl. Like, if you want to make these movies, great. But now you want to cross them over, and now that's becoming a tall task. Honestly, I would not be surprised if he decides to, like, I changed my mind. I'm canceling this shit. That post-credit scene is not canon.
Yeah.
Something like that. Because, like, bro, come on. You're not Marvel Studios, bitch. How many fucking writers and actors are going to do your job, bro? You're only one guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know if it's going to work out, man. He's just one dude. He's in his 50s. He's getting up there in age, motherfucker. Like, what the fuck? So, I don't know, man. I'm not looking forward to it, to be honest. It was a cool, sure. But in reality, if I could pick, I just want a third Kingsman movie.
Yeah, might as well just end it.
Yeah, like, I don't give a fuck about this shared universe.
I feel like that's
shit.
what they should have done.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, I did see the interview where he said that he wanted to make a shared universe. So I had a feeling that Argylle was going to have a tease about Kingsman. And sure enough, the post-credit scene, I'm like, yep, there it is. That's why I wasn't hyped, Hector. Does it make more sense now?
Oh, because you already, like, were
I
expecting
knew,
it.
because, like, when he said that, I'm like, okay, so I'm assuming, is there something in Argylle that's going to tease it? And sure enough, you see the post-credit scene. Yeah. That's why I wasn't hype.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Because when I saw it, I'm like, there it is. I had a feeling, because he talked about it in an interview. So that's why I wasn't hyped.
Damn, I was wondering, like, dang, like,
how doesn't give a fuck?
Yeah, like, how we don't give a fuck, even though I remember when we saw the trailer, before even the movie came out, you're like, dude, this reminds me like Kingsman. Yeah. This shit's fire. Yeah. And you're, like, actually cool, like, hyped about it, and then now when it happens, you're like, oh, shit, look. And I'm like,
I don't talk like a surfer.
I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, Hive, why aren't you hyped? Like, dude, no, I fuck that shit, man. Like, I'm like, dang, okay, cool, Hive.
You know what I noticed, bro? Gracie has a lazy eye.
what a weirdo. I know, bro. She has yeah, Gracie has a lazy.
No, but he said, what a weirdo.
Oh,
what the hell?
Hell no.
Like when I look at it, I'm like, what's he looking at?
You a bitch. You a bitch.
But I don't know about you guys, but I feel like spoiler wise, that's all I have to say.
I mean, spoiler wise, I mean, yeah, dude. I'm pretty sure that's everything. I don't think we missed anything, right, Mario? Yeah, right. So I guess, guys, if you guys saw the movie, what did you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below. Message us individually, whatever. And I don't know, did we miss something? I doubt it. Like I said, it's kind of difficult for movies like these with a bunch of twists to really go through everything. And yeah, man, it's just really difficult. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.
Peace.
Later.
Oh shit.
Mario's gone.
Peace out, my bad. I'm ordering Hector's pizza, that's why.
Yeah, we out.
Peace.